And we are live.
All right. Welcome back to Dresden Files. This one is Season 2, Episode 5. We're calling it Idols. Hopefully that'll be self-explanatory. Last time, our investigators went over their gargoyle case clues, and they met with two FBI agents, Agents 10 and Peller. Discovered that their buddy Frank Doyle's son, Kevin, was a gargoyle gang member himself, and Frank discovered that his estranged son, Kevin, was dead. Frank decided to confront an old friend of his son's, Jimmy Books. So Frank took you guys over to the rundown drug house belonging to Jimmy, and you guys leaned on the strung-out druggie to learn some more details about the gang. You had a run-in with Jimmy Books Sr. and Gargoyle, and after learning some names from Jimmy, you guys looked into a lead at the city mental asylum and confronted another one of the gang there, Brad. You guys surprised Brad, who was an orderly at the mental asylum while he was at work in the morning, and Redicus blew his head off with a shotgun. Brad's brother, Adam, you assume, fled, and you guys lost him. So we're going to pick up today in the same day that we were playing last episode. It's about 5 o'clock. And we're going to go ahead and just start in the Trinity Solutions office. You guys have, let's say it's noon or 1 o'clock. You guys are here for lunch. Oh, that one didn't. Hey, fuck. Okay, let's go back a second. Is that going to stay if I build? Yes, it does. Then I can pack. Good deal. And the office. Wow. Alright, so our Raven camera. We'll fly down and you guys see this massive fucking Raven sitting on the window outside of the office here. It's fucking huge. Get you guys as characters in here. I think what you guys did, you also had checked out a pawn shop last episode. Do you guys remember any of that?
Sure did. We picked up things.
You picked up a globe bar, which I need to find a good model for and put it in here, and then you found a toaster, which is pretty cool too. Both of them are magical in some way or another. And you guys get them set up in here, and we're going to start our scene with Beth Darkbrew, Malcolm's girlfriend. She comes into the room, and she stops and stares at the globe bar that you guys picked up. I figure you guys are moving it from this pawn shop. You guys got it, and you're moving it to wherever you want to put it in the office.
We're probably debating how to replace the existing bar with globe bar, or maybe in addition to. That's the debate, probably.
What is it again?
It's a globe bar that's magical.
So it's a wet bar that's made out of it's a globe that, of the earth. And the globe opens up clamshell style, and it's got a decanter and a bunch of glasses. Okay. The cool thing about this is that the decanter, it seems like it's full of liquor all the time. Even if you pour some out into the glasses, the decanter refills.
You close it, you spin the globe, and you open it back up, and it's all restocked.
Right. This globe and this toaster...
So you can empty it, but once you put it back in and spin the globe, it fills back up.
Yes.
Okay.
Both the globe and the toaster have the same H symbol, kind of like stamped into them. The H looks like this, if you can see me drawing it over here. I'll put it in white so you can see it better. So it's like two backwards facing lines and then a line in the middle to make like an H. So you guys are putting this thing together and explaining to, trying to figure out how it works. And Beth comes over and she grabs the toaster by the cord. It's not plugged in. And she swings it overhand into the globe bar, just smashing the toaster. And all you guys jump back. Like, what the fuck? And she just goes to town, fucking smashing this thing. She's got this far away look in her eye. She doesn't look mad or malicious about it. She's just something that needs to be done. Wham, wham, wham.
Hey, Malcolm, are y'all having marital issues?
I don't know.
That's just smashed up the globe, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good liquor. Kind of weird. Is it smashing itself up? Like, is it actually destroying it?
Oh yeah, yeah. She's and the toaster, both things. She's just destroying. There's shatters of like wood and everything that go all over the place, and you can see like she's got scratches on her arms and hands now from like just pummeling the shit out of both of these items.
She's swinging the toaster like a flail.
Yeah, exactly. Just by the cord overhand with the toaster.
Can I
flail motions.
Can I go ahead and reach out and try to catch the cord and pull it out of her hand?
Yeah.
Probably better to catch your hand.
Yeah. Redicus isn't
The magical toaster.
Redicus isn't someone who thinks like that. That's a Malcolm thing. He's just trying to get the sharp object out of the woman's hands before she hurts herself.
Yeah, it's a little too late for that. She's, scruffed up her arms and hands pretty well.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't actually help.
He takes a toaster to the face.
Pretty much.
No, she is just dead set on destroying these two things. But once she stops, she kind of turns and faces you robotically, and then blinks, and she shakes her head and kind of snaps back to this place, like she was not there mentally before.
What you doing?
She looks down and then she looks at her hands and she goes, what? What am I doing?
We got a new toaster and a new a mini bar. Well, we had a new toaster and a new mini bar, and then you came in and started smashing them together like the Incredible Hulk.
I don't remember this. Sorry.
It's been
Sorry.
happening a lot, or just something new, like.
Katie says that it's been happening. I didn't believe her that. What? She kind of has to like lay up on this table. She puts like one leg up to steady herself, sitting on it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Blacking out, kind of randomly. Maybe we should get that checked out.
Thomas takes all the stuff on his desk and throws it off and says, "Come lay down here. Let me look at your hands."
Yep. Yep. They are scarred. I mean, they're scraped. They've got, she's pierced skin in multiple places. She kind of did that whole like Office Space printer slam and just went in and just started hammering with her fists to destroy the globe completely.
Yeah, I'm going to give her first aid and try to calm her. So you're in the right hands right now. Keep talking to Malcolm. See if you can remember anything, but your hands will be all right.
So is this what's been causing the tension between you and Katie?
I'd imagine so. I mean, she said that I was acting crazy, and you know how I get when people say that I'm crazy.
Right.
That's not gonna happen. So
Right.
we had a fight or three, and Katie's around though, right? She hasn't talked to me yet today.
So I have in my notes a piece of information that Tychus noticed, but I can't remember the details. So if this is wrong, let me know. Now my note says that there's a very similar mark on Beth's neck.
Yes, that's true. As she's talking about Malcolm, Thomas would be seeing it on the back of her neck too.
I rolled a 3 on my investigate. Can I put 2 and 2 together?
100%.
Hey, where'd this mark come from? This looks like what was on that toaster.
Oh, and the globe.
What mark?
It's the mark on your neck.
I pull out a little
Mirror.
yeah, that's the thing, and I try to give it so that she can see it herself.
Yeah, I think it would take like 2 mirrors to see the back of your neck, but
I was thinking the same thing.
you get it all hooked up. And
Luckily, there's all sorts of shards left over from the previous.
It's true.
right?
True.
Pick up the toaster. This one's a little bit shiny.
There's also these things called camera phones.
No, I'm a doctor. I can't think of things like that.
He didn't say he was a good doctor.
She puts her fingers to the back of her neck where the symbol is, and she's feeling it really slowly, putting pressure on it, and it's like this is the first time she's noticed that it's there. And she looks very confused. She says, I don't know. I don't know what this is. It does it look like a rune? Hold on, I'm gonna draw it. And she draws it out on a piece of paper, pretty close to what she's got on the back of her neck, and the same that was on the globe and the toaster. She says, I guess I'm gonna do some research and try to find out what this fucking thing means.
Okay.
We got a guy in the back room that does a lot of this stuff. We could probably ask him.
You mean Harold? We want to ask Harold?
I don't know why we wouldn't.
Yeah. Also, I'm a little worried that if this symbol starts showing up on my computer, that my computer's going to end up like the globe.
You mean you open it up and there's alcohol inside? Unlimited?
I point to the condition of the globe in its current state.
Oh. It's a lot less awesome.
Right?
So Thomas, did you bandage her up? That's as far as you're gonna go fully. Okay. All right. So I could talk to Harold. She takes a little post-it note that she drew the symbol on, and she goes into the back.
We go with her.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd like to hear this conversation. Plus, I like to see my shop every once in a while. Guns and shit in here.
Or just make sure if she tries to,
What, kill Harold? Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, it'll go badly for her. That's what I care about.
So you guys walk in, and Beth's got the post-it note on the table. Harold's looking over it, and Harold's saying something like, looks like an H. Looks like... I mean, if Harold starts with an H, right? But I wouldn't put that H on you. It's a kind of stylized H. Are you asking if it's a relic or if it's an H? Because it looks like an H and less like a relic to me.
Yeah, so we found a toaster and a globe with unlimited alcohol options. And it's also on her. The symbol was on all three. And then when she saw them, she took the toaster and started beating the globe with it until both of them were completely smashed. She don't even know what the toaster did. This is kind of weird. So, we went to find the resident guy that we have that knows a lot about weird.
I do know a lot about weird. That's me.
Yep, it's you. That was you. That's correct. Nailed that in one.
So, Beth, you don't know anything about this H, and you can't remember getting it tattooed, but let me go ahead and take a looky-loo at it. So Harold goes up behind her, pulls her hair back, and takes a good look at the H symbol. And Harold says, well, I can tell you a couple things. One, It's a brand. You like got branded by somebody who likes to mark all of his stuff apparently, like a toaster or a globe. And you apparently are like maybe an object to this guy. It's like a
Can we track
cattle
it?
brand. It's got some latent magic in it. I don't know what the purpose of the magic would be. Especially
I can
like
tell some of it. Some of it is mind control. There's definitely mind control magic there. She
mind
blacked
control
out.
magic.
Apparently she's been blacking out. Part of the, the thing going on between her and Katie.
Oh yeah. I talked to Katie about this. So, Beth, do you remember what you're doing when you black out? And Beth says, taking a shower, doing laundry, like working here. I had a 6-hour like fugue state the other day, just working here. And Harold goes, well, do you remember like what you were thinking or what you were doing exactly at the time? And she goes, I was just doing research. And Harold's like, okay, well, research on what? She says, the artifacts, the things that we've been trying to find, the gargoyles, like normal everyday research. Well, I don't know how much that's gonna give us, guys. We could take a look at her computer, see exactly what she was looking at.
All right. Yeah, that seems like a way to go.
All right, you do these things. I want, this is going to be a discovery roll. We haven't done this yet, but I saw it in the Fate book, so I think it's going to be a good shot. So for a discovery, you're going to pick one of your approaches. I think for an investigator, it's pretty straightforward, but for a discovery roll, you pick one of your approaches, and then we're going to add it all up with bonus for the scene. And you guys are here at home. You guys are going to be researching familiar things, so I'm going to give you guys a +3 on your roll for discovery process.
Do I get my investigation bonus as well?
Yes.
That makes it a +7 for me.
Oh, sweet.
That's with a crap roll too.
Anybody else get nearly as high?
I didn't roll. I don't do detective stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, you could,
He's gonna beat a confession out of that computer.
it's your girlfriend. You could talk to her. I
Don't beat a
guess.
confession out of her. That's not cool.
Yeah, don't do that.
And a +4.
All right. Okay, so a few things. With the 4, Thomas, what do you... there's like a computer that I said that we could look at. Are you going to be looking over the shoulder of Redicus, looking at the computer? Or how do you guys want to set up this scene?
Redicus definitely is gonna be the lead on the computer. I'm gonna go talk to Katie and say, hey, do you have any H marks on you that you're aware of? Like, how do you think that Beth got it? And go the opposite way while he's investigating that computer.
Oh, okay. So Katie says, oh, so the H thing, it's finally come up, huh? What did Beth say about it? Did she believe you? Because when I brought up the H, she didn't believe me.
She came out of a trance after destroying 2 other things with an H. And then, yeah. Then we showed it to her, and she is freaking out a little bit.
Well, at least she's talking about it, because she just snapped at me when I brought it up, like got violently angry when... So the other day, we were doing some research on some relics, like you guys asked us to, and she comes across this weird one that's like here in Detroit. It says that the gargoyles ended up taking it, but we don't know which one has it. Anyway, there's a picture of it, right? And it's got this fucking H on it, and she just goes into this crazy stare, and like I can't get her to snap out of it until like 10 minutes later she comes to. I have to roll the page away so that she can't see it. and then she comes to and fucking freaks out at me. I can't do it anymore. I can't be with her, romantically anymore. She's gonna treat me like that.
Harold thinks it's kind of like a brand, and she might not be in control of herself.
She doesn't seem like she's in control.
Yeah. It's a tough one. Your name ends in H. Are you an H? Are you controlling her? I'm sorry. There's a lot of H's.
I mean, if she was the big bad, your ass is dead. You're all alone in a room with her and everything. There's a window right there.
This one through.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Trying to come in there and she's gonna be like,
Holmes's throat.
She's gonna be like,
weird.
she's gonna be like, Thomas just left.
yeah, no, Thomas just literally took his sword out and cut his own head off. It was so weird. We're all gonna be like, that is pretty weird. Why did he do that? She's like, I don't know. He was asking me questions. He killed himself.
What is it, seppuku?
Yeah.
I am unworthy.
Sorry, I had to
All
point
right,
that out. 'Cause everyone was thinking it.
I think with a 4, you got a lot of good information out of Katie Holmes. For a 7, with you on the laptop, Victor, you're gonna find exactly what she was looking at, and it's like a 1970s coffee espresso machine combo. It has the H logo on it. It's just like on the globe. It's kind of like etched in there. And it says that it had been stolen out of... There was like this vault that Lady Zaza had that had some cool shit in it. And it was broken into. The gargoyles came through a wall with explosives and ended up taking everything in the vault. That was one of them.
Oh, she did send me a list of everything she's missing. So that would make sense.
Well, if we're using intellect, I got a 3. If we're using flair, I got a 7.
Use whatever you want, I thought.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want.
I don't know how force is gonna work, and I don't really know how flair is gonna work either. But I'll use flair. I'll flash my hair around, and this is a social interaction, so I should get a +1. She knows me.
He puts her in a trance with his, his
There's wind. We don't know where it's coming from, but my hair is blowing in the wind. Hers isn't.
I love that.
She's all in trance. She can't help but tell him all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My eyes sparkle with lightning. My eye sparkles with lightning.
Right.
I'm gonna need the room, guys.
There's glistening sweat, even though I'm not sweating. It's still like I glisten as if I was.
Right. You're talking to her in here, or you're going somewhere else?
I'll take her to this room over here. We've been on this desk before.
Right.
That's my desk. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, that one's fine. This Kizik's desk. You do whatever you want. There.
Yeah, that's not the first time she was on that desk.
Thomas knows.
Yeah,
He knows.
we've done that with all the desks, the bookshelf, the bar.
Not the globe, though.
Not, I mean, we just got the globe, so of course not.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you want to say to her? I know that this is a discovery thing, but
I'm kind of trying to figure out like when she remembers the first time this happened, and like what was going on, like what happened prior to that. Like, so there's the first time this happened. Did she meet anybody new prior to the first time that this would have happened?
okay. She's going to tell you. She doesn't really remember anything of her life before she was 14. That's when, like, she just woke up one day and she chose to be Beth Darkbrew. Whoever she was before that, complete amnesia.
Totally makes sense. A name like Darkbrew is not really one of those ones you just get.
No, she made that up at 14, and that's
Yeah.
that's
Totally.
the edgy name that she's had.
Yeah. I kind of suspected that, but just wasn't sure. How do you ask that? Hey, is your last name real, or did you make that up? It just doesn't come up in conversation.
So, her teenage years were extremely weird because she was learning magic alone, but she always has known, like, even without the amnesia, she knows that she had latent magic talents. So she tried to cling to the world around her and tried to find somebody that would take her in, and that was the coven. And that's kind of how she met you. So like she until recently hadn't had any of these fugue states and has now started to have them more and more. She says something like it happens when I least expect it, but it's always when I'm looking for something or looking at something, I guess. I'm scared. This scares the shit out of me. I don't know what's going on with my body. Like, I would never just pummel a fucking bar like that, like with a toaster. That's not who I am.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. So, a couple things. But I don't want to forget this, but at some point you're going to need to talk to Katie and just hash that out, because clearly she was looking out for you, and she feels offended that the way she was treated, and maybe maybe she didn't mean you were crazy, like crazy. Maybe she just meant you were acting weird, and some people say things the not the best way, Look, they mean well, but they say it wrong. Anyway, you should that should be top of mind after this is dealt with. Okay. Main thing though, do you remember when this actually started happening? Like, do you remember when the first time you had one of these fugue states?
It probably 3 or 4 days ago when I started doing the research for
Okay.
these relics.
Can you give me lists of the people you had been in contact with for, like, let's say, a couple days prior? Like appointments, anything sticks out, anything weird, face you can't put a name to?
Yeah, she could list off like what she's been doing for the past week. She's
The
just
week
been
prior,
working.
to the first fugue.
So there's
Except-
nothing really strange there. It's all normal stuff.
All right. Huh. So if I turn on my site and look at the brand, does it have like a binding tie to something else?
It's more like it is magical. It's like a tracking spell, a locating spell. It's an Apple AirTag.
Okay. So it does send something back out.
Yeah, but it's so like minutely powered
Mm-hmm.
that it is almost like an Apple AirTag. That's why it's lasted this long. Normal magic, like powerful magic, won't last through a sunrise. This does because it gets its power from Beth.
Okay. All right. All right. I got some ideas. I'm gonna see if Harold can, whip something up that'll kind of dampen its effect, and then we'll see if we can copy it and make our own. May have to wear. I mean, maybe you could make a charm or something like you did for the apartment.
Okay. I'm thinking like a scarf or something that's got like lead in it. Let me think on it.
Yeah, I've heard uranium works really well too.
I don't want to put that around my neck.
Oh, right. You're human. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Good
Right.
call. Good call.
Do we want to do another round of discovery here for each of you to learn some more? And we can choose like different things. If you guys don't want to do more Beth Dark Brew investigation, you can investigate something different.
Can I, since Stephanie knows a bunch about magic, can I call her and ask her to come examine the evidence we already have and see if anything stands out for her?
Sure.
This happened within the last couple days, or it started within the last couple days. It could have occurred before that.
A lot's happened in this couple days.
What are the names of the bad guys that we have currently?
Names the bad guys. The gargoyles?
Yeah,
Dead,
they were written down, but they're not there anymore.
dead, and deader.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That is gone. He must
Yeah.
have had to clean up vector lines at some point.
Then his dots would be gone, right?
His dots are gone.
Oh,
I erased those. Hector is the H one.
that's true.
So there's one named Hector. What did we learn about him?
Nothing.
We remember Adam and Brad were in charge-ish, or at least they were the dangerous ones.
That's the wrong.
That's the wrong what?
Token.
For Brad?
For Stephanie, I sent you a new one.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll find it.
It's in your Discord. I spent all 5 minutes putting it together. Come on, man.
Sent you my new character sheet too. It's very pretty.
I'm really concerned that Harold doesn't seem to know what this is.
I mean,
He
different
said it's a
magics.
brand.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what it was.
Y'all interpreted that differently than I did.
Also, pretty low power.
That's why we're a team. All right, I'm gonna get water and I'll be back.
Roger, Roger. Let me fix Stephanie's face.
So the artifacts that we got from the pawn shop were originally stolen from Lady Zaza, right?
Yes.
Okay. Has Beth had any contact with Lady Zaza?
None outside of work that you know of.
All right. I'm going to call Lady Zaza and ask her if any of the artifacts that were stolen were marked with that symbol. And I'll text it over to her.
Oh yeah, she'll send back and she says, yeah, there was an espresso machine that had one of those H's etched into it.
Any idea what the H means?
Lady Zaza would not know, or she would say that she doesn't know.
Would you know where I could start looking for that information? Also, were you missing anything besides the espresso machine that was marked with the H?
Oh yeah, there was like a whole vault's worth of relics and shit that were stolen.
Was there a toaster and a globe that you could open up and it had unlimited alcohol supplies?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. That's two of them.
They're gone. They're gone.
Well, yeah, I had insurance on them. I figured they're all gone anyway.
Yeah. We had saved them, but they're gone now.
Oh, goodness.
It was really sad. I cried.
Well, they weren't the really, really expensive relics that, the ancient relics anyway. So,
Yeah. Did you have any
we're worried
ancient
about
relics that
those.
had that H on them?
No. I had I think there were five things that I had with that little H on it. There was the toaster. There was the espresso machine.
Mm-hmm.
I
And the
can't
globe.
spell espresso.
And we're talking to the pawn shop owner.
Talking to Lady
Yep.
Zaza.
Ah. Oh, ladies, I thought I had the toaster. Okay. I thought I checked to see if these were on the list, and you had said no. I did. I even wrote it down.
That they were on the list from the vault or from the
Yeah. So from
car.
Yes, from the things that were stolen from Lady Zaza.
Okay. Well, let's make it simple. They were all stolen from Lady Zaza. Toaster, espresso, globe. This is the espresso machine.
One that she was looking at online.
Yeah, because
So
you named this guy Dick Scratcher. Richard
Yeah.
Dick Scratcher. That's his name. We bought artifacts from him, including the globe, the toaster. We didn't buy the espresso. We bought a tiara.
Yeah, the circlet.
They
right?
they all had that mark on them, and I specifically asked if they were on the list. So I must have misinterpreted that, or
I think I was wrong. So the tiara doesn't have the H on it.
okay, so that note's wrong too.
Yeah, the tiara is not marked with an H, but it is special.
Bad detective. Wrote things down wrong.
It's bad GM. That's what it is. It's hard to write a mystery, man.
Oh, I have a little scribble in the margin that has an arrow from Haywood Uptown Pawn, which I totally spelled wrong. But it's that same place that says has some stolen artifacts in it. So I have conflicting notes too. So there's that too.
So
Yeah,
Richard Scratcher was the Lowtown pawnbroker guy, and then he said that he sold a bunch of stuff to Haywood up in the another broker and got 400 grand for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's where those errors are supposed to mean. Because he sold them.
What does Haywood's logo look like?
That's a good question. You gonna look him up online?
It sure is. Doing it right now.
All right. So it's a big H and a P for Haywood Pawn. Looks like that. Good call though.
Hmm.
And what's the symbol, the brand symbol look like?
Like this.
Getting good at drawing that. Does it have that little floof down here at the bottom? Is that intentional?
No, well, not really.
You don't have to erase
It's
it.
more
I
like-
just wanted to know.
Yeah, it's more like that. Alright, I could only think of 4 things. Give me like a household object that would be
Spatula.
magically enhanced. A spatula.
Yep.
Always flips.
Yep. It always flips perfectly. Like, you know how sometimes when you flip a pancake or an egg, you can't quite get all of it.
A broom.
But this
The
one,
spatula definitely does.
this gets the whole thing.
And not like Magic Fly Witch Broom, but I don't want to have to sweep the floor broom.
The Fantasia broom.
Yeah.
mandolin.
Oh, an actual like, onion mandolin.
That's a good callback.
Yeah, it is.
Mandolin that no matter what you do, it plays the same song.
Oh no, that's not the type of mandolin he was talking about. He was talking about the kind that cuts things.
Plays one song perfectly.
I was also thinking of like a toilet paper roll that never runs out of toilet paper.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's funny because that's one of the first things I thought of, but I was like, nah.
Yeah, TP roll.
Some Warehouse 13 shit at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and I want you to realize that they are all household goods with a magical twist, except for Beth, which I guess if you think of women that way,
We probably should go down that dark path.
Hey, Malcolm, does Beth make really good sandwiches?
Oh,
only when she's tranced out. It's really weird.
oh.
So Stephanie's here. What do you want her to do? She can help with the like hiding the H symbol on the back of Beth, or she can help research things.
Well, she's good at building devices, so helping with that would be something she could do, but I also want to let her review all the evidence I reviewed and see if I missed anything. Basically, give her a chance to allow the GM of Vector to give us shit. And we can use my role if you want. Have good intelligence.
So, as the GM, I think you've got a clue to go talk to Haywood, that uptown guy.
Uh-huh.
He would have more of these devices, definitely. And know that out of the whole list of things that we're putting together, only a couple of them Lady Zaza actually had in her possession when the gargoyles took them. Out of everything that was taken, these household goods only made up a little portion of the things that the gargoyles took. Most of the things that the gargoyles took were like ancient relics that you know have been sold and are floating out there somewhere. But you also know that the gargoyles had to sacrifice some of them to maybe stave off their curse, right? Like we talked about that last time.
Means they may need more, and we know where they're going to. We have a good idea where they're going to go to get more.
That's what I was
True.
thinking.
So Stephanie has made this like a Faraday mesh to protect computers against wizards. So she brings some of that mesh over, and they make a scarf out of it, like a literal, really cool looking scarf. And Beth has a scarf now.
All right. Is there any way she can make a copy of it that we could maybe tie a tracking spell to? And because with tracking spells, you can use like to find like.
Yeah.
If they're connected.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
so-
are connected.
All right, but this isn't. This is more like an NFC tag than a living, breathing Internet of Things device.
But I think that the assumption that Raven is making is that the person who made it is the same for all of them, so you could use it that way.
I see. Okay, so you want
Oh,
to be able
so-
to reverse it to track other things with the H?
Yeah. So the H. So if you do the like to like, you should be able to use the H to find either the original or the how do I put this? The original or
The origin.
the other H's.
Right.
Like it may simply be that it just points to whatever H is closest, and then we'd find it and lock it up and try again.
Okay, so that's how this would end up being, is that you would find other H's. And this is the weird part, because the other H's that you would find would be, it's not a direct contact to that thing. There's something in that thing's vicinity that is magical, and it uses the magic of whatever's in the vicinity to ping. Just like a Apple AirTag would have to be an Apple device to ping. So like it's all off of the magic radiating off of Beth is what powers that. So wherever you guys find an H that's pinging, there's something magical around it anyway. That makes any sense.
I don't know. That's what the detective's for.
Alright, but yeah, you'll be able to track down other H marked things.
I like the idea of going to the pawn shop and scoping it out. I might need to have a conversation with the pawn shop owner, although it'll probably be pleasant because I don't think he's involved in this. I think he's just buying things, but I also think that, Craven hit it on the head. He's got a huge hoard of the stuff these gargoyles want. And I could see Redicus going into like Punisher mode where he's like, I need that assault rifle, I need that Mac 10, I need those explosives.
He also has $400,000 on hand to give to a butt scratcher guy.
Dick scratcher.
Yeah, Dick Scratcher.
Yeah, those are different things. I don't know. I don't know if you're aware. As a medical professional, you should be, but I'm not judging. butts and dicks are not the same thing.
I mean, what about the ones with tails?
Dicks with tails?
Yeah, a butt with a tail and a dick. It gets confusing sometimes, especially when they're fetuses. I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah.
You guys are having this conversation as Victor is debating whether or not he wants the flamethrower as part of this kit. He decides against it because stone doesn't burn.
That's true. It's a good choice, though.
Just into his infinite pocket, but I might need it for later.
He's gotten some explosives. Like, he basically went across the table and was like, I need the fucking rope, I need the shotgun, I need the binoculars, I need the Webley. Pulls up the metal plier wire snipper things, clips them a few times, says, puts them in his pocket. I just imagine that, like, you two are used to it, but the newcomers, like, I guess it wouldn't affect Harold either. The only person who might be affected is Carl. Seeing, Victor go around and be like, I need that weapon and things to pull people's fingers off with, and,
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Carl,
I'm ready.
Yeah. Carl's back there, and so is, I forgot about that guy. Hold on. There's Riley back there, too.
Oh. Did,
And Kevin Doyle.
I was about to say, did Frank Doyle.
Frank.
I don't imagine that Riley's gonna, like, he's probably pretty shell-shocked from his experiences.
Yeah. And Frank, he's gonna say something to the effect of, hey, remember, Jimmy said something about, Greg Gummer, right?
Yes.
We know that guy. He sells guns, doesn't he? At the Gummer's gun store.
Yes, but he's not likely to be friendly towards selling them to me now, is he? And I'm not sure how we're gonna deal with him, but
I pull out my cowboy hat and I say, we can go in with a disguise.
That's always a possibility. I can't believe that it was you that said.
Redicus is looking in almost as much shock as the PC who's playing him is.
We did this before. Remember, we used the disguise to go in and buy a cattle at the butcher place.
We did, but like, you basically barely got away with that because you didn't stick to the plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing again.
And we're gonna do it differently because this time I'm just gonna lead with sending you in first instead of relying on you to do your part of it.
I mean, you say it's gonna go differently, and I understand that you believe that, but we both at some level know that this is not gonna go the way we want it to.
I mean, it's a win-win for me. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, I mean, either Greg Gummer's going to give us what we want, or I'm going to smash his face in, right?
And I'm going to watch from behind you this time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You never want to be in front of the guy smashing faces.
I'm
All
ready.
right. So what plan do we want to go with? We want to go visit Greg Gummer first and Gummer's guns.
I didn't. I suspect Gummer may be the one that shows up at the pawn shop, but I'm open to suggestions if the rest of the party wants to do something different. Thomas, you've been awful quiet. What do you think?
I thought we were going for the pawn shop.
That's my vote too.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Heavily armored gun nut versus pawn shop with lots of expendable income.
Right? Not to mention that that gun selling guy, his place is going to be a fortress. We don't want to fight him there. All right, to the Batmobile. I mean, the van.
All right. So you head out in your van. Let's go ahead and get you guys off this map.
If you guys want, we could take the bikes. Just three of us.
Yes, bikes.
We won't be able to haul anything back on the bikes.
Can't you just whistle for the van like I do my motorcycle?
Yeah, I really need to talk to Ace about that, but it doesn't do that yet.
Yeah, this is a great mod.
Bike does it.
So you're taking the van?
Yeah, I'll take
the
the
bike.
I'll take the van. But you guys can take your bikes if you want.
All right, so
Never-
you guys,
I like how Razzo is Thomas's bike.
absolutely. So yeah, Thomas gets on his floating lion angler turtle, Razzo, and you get in your van, and Malcolm, you get on this goater cycle, and you guys head off towards Uptown, where Haywood the pawnbroker does his work out of his pawn shop, Haywood Pawn, the big HP. You guys get out on the busy city streets, and Victor, as you're driving the van, something really fast just jumps out right in front of you, and before you can move, turn, or anything, you realize that you've run over an orange cat.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Thomas, you're coming up on Razzo, on the right-hand side of the van, and you see that it's your daughter's cat, Floyd.
Yep, I'm gonna have to stop and get that cat.
Razzo hungry?
No, I think that's my kid's cat.
Yeah, sure enough, you get up to it. It's laying in the road. The van is bumped over it. You saw it get hit, and you walk up, and this cat's fucking fine. It's just sitting there. It's got its belly looking at you, and it does this little cat face at you.
Tire track right down the middle.
No
Tire track.
untouched. Looks completely untouched.
Huh. I thought I hit that, but I guess I didn't. Lucky cat.
Oh no!
Get back in the van.
Felt it. You
No.
100%.
Like it bumped. Like I was
Nope.
I was behind you when you hit it, and it hit. So it kind of like its head hit the bumper, which then pushed the head into the ground, and then it bounced up and down underneath the like a little ping pong ball. I don't know how it's alive.
It like shoulder blocks into Thomas's legs and starts purring.
I give it uppers and tap on my belly and have him climb up.
Uppers like drugs.
Upsies? Sorry, upsies.
Oh, so it jumps on the back of the lion angler turtle with
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
It starts
I'm-
licking the back of the turtle.
we did the thing. We're like, no, you're not supposed to lick. Stop it. Also, still halfway confused because cats have 9 lives. It's okay. It's okay. I can ignore it. Cat, how do you still?
Yeah, but it just spent like
That cat
3
had
of them.
9 lives. It just used 3 or 4 of them.
Still okay.
You probably should get that looked at. That's
I'm holding onto it, and we's riding away as it's licking the back of a turtle.
100%.
Stop it!
That's 5 lives.
It's catnip. It's now just rolling all over the place.
It's like with the poison frogs where it's getting all trippy and pawing at the air.
I wish I had a map pack for a pawn store. We're just gonna have to imagine. Haywood Pawn up in Uptown. There's a bunch of shit in here. Tons of stuff. Good stuff, bad stuff. They've got glasses. They've got Rolexes. They've got weapons. They've got lawnmowers. Every fucking thing you could think of. It's in here at Haywood Pawn. You guys walk up to the front counter where you meet this middle-aged, dark-skinned guy. He's sitting behind the counter, and he eyes you guys as you all walk in with your Lion English turtle parked out in the parking lot.
And the
Bring the
motorcycle.
cat inside.
Yeah, he's on my shoulders. He's a big cat too, so he's like the entire thing.
Yeah, size of like a Maine Coon. I gotta find his token and pull him for you. Thought I had it in here, but it's not. Alright,
Quick,
so he says, yeah, welcome to Haywood Pond.
you look familiar,
Looks like Jed.
right?
Jed get a job here.
Jed? I know a Jed. He's my cousin.
Gotcha. We're friends of Jed. We got him a new job.
Oh, yeah, he's an okay guy. You know, he knows a lot of people around town.
He's a smart minion. You don't
Maybe-
see a lot of those.
Right. Yeah. What can I get you guys today? You guys looking for engagement rings, or I got some cool shotguns back here. You gonna go skeet shooting?
What do you think? Straight to the punch?
Yeah, it's always best to go straight to the punch.
A lot of post-it note with the H thing on it, and I'm say I'd like to see anything you've got with this on it.
Huh. Oh shit. Okay. That's kind of weird. He kind of like swallows, not in fear, but just seeing like this for the second time today. And he looks up at you guys and he goes, I got some stuff in the back with this weird H thing on it. Can I ask why you guys are looking for these things? You
You're
guys
always
with
welcome to
cops?
ask questions.
I'll trade you some information for some information, Mr. Haywood.
Oh, I'm not Mr. Haywood. Oh man, no, I just work here. This is Haywood Pond, but yeah. My name is BJ. How's it going?
Your name is BJ.
Yeah. Like Benjamin.
Are you responsible for procuring and as well as selling these items?
Nope. I just work here, 9 to 5. You want to talk to Mr. Haywood? I got his phone number. I can get it for you, maybe.
Well, I guess then
But if
you
you're
don't.
looking for these
You don't need to know
items-
why I need to see these. You can just show me what you got.
Oh well, I ask because you're not the first guys to come in here today looking for them. That's all.
What are the other guys? Did they buy anything, or are they just looking?
Well, they came in asking about it, but they didn't buy anything. They kind of didn't have any money. It was two guys in suits.
I pull out the picture that I have of the ones that I know, and any of them look like this?
So the gargoyles.
Yeah.
He shakes his head.
In their human form, obviously.
Yeah, he goes, no. That's no. These guys were older, 2 of them, and they
Whether-
looked like
Name's Ten and Peller.
I didn't really catch their names. They looked official though. Looked like cops maybe.
They look like they were joined at the hip.
Yeah, or maybe the toe. Yeah.
Yeah, like the pinky toe Siamese twins. Yeah, that's them.
So you're saying you know these guys?
Yeah, they're associates of ours.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Interesting that they didn't say anything about coming here. I pull out my phone as though I'm expecting to see a text message, and I don't.
Yep.
Anyway, we'd like to see the items you showed them, and if there's any you forgot to show them, I'd like to see those too.
Oh yeah, sure. No problem. So he's gonna have like 2 items left over.
Does he like
The-
walk to the back and show us the back room?
So he'll go into the back. He's like, hey, wait here for a little bit. And remember, you guys are on camera. And
That's actually exactly
he
what I
goes in the
wanted to
back,
know.
He comes back out with the okay. He comes back with the broom and with a book.
He's
He puts them on the counter and he goes, hey, look, yeah, same H, right? Sure enough, there's that stylized H on both items.
These 2 items are all you have with this H on it?
All that we have, yeah.
Have you seen it before?
We got a note in here in the catalog. There was a deck of cards that came in here a few years ago that had the H on it. I think it got bought by like a street magician. Yeah. Weird guy. He's on TV now, doing card tricks.
What's his name?
The
It's
guy,
good. It's got to be Hoyle,
Yeah.
right?
the magician. Yeah, I don't remember his name. Like Puddles or Piddles or something.
So that catalog says that it keeps track of things you sold with the symbol on it, and you say this is the only 2 items you've had. You haven't sold other items that have this symbol on it?
Oh, so we had other things, but I think Mr. Haywood has them. He bought them for a lot of money. Yeah.
And
There was some like relics and stuff.
can I ask you for Mr. Haywood's number?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He pulls a card out and then gives you a card for Mr. Haywood.
Thank you, BJ. You have a lot of stock in the back that hasn't been cataloged yet, I'm assuming?
There's some things, but by law we have to get them a catalog so that we can see if they're stolen.
Oh, you're doing a great job of that. Both of these items have recently been stolen.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
great,
hard to get a broom.
Great job. How much for both of these items?
Oh, let's see here. He looks up and he's like, the broom is $50 for some reason. That's a lot for a broom. I'm like, Walmart's down there if you need a broom. I don't even know why we bought this. Like, Haywood's crazy. The book here is also $50, so $100. I'll take $100 for him.
So I pull out a roll of hundreds and I count off 10 of them. And I'm like, BJ, I'd like the copies of your surveillance video with that. Here's $1,000.
Cool. Oh man. Yeah. You're the guys Jeb told me about. Oh man. Yeah, I remember you guys. Whew. Yeah, sure. I'll get this security tape right now. He's gonna go in the back. He'll be gone for about 5 minutes.
I still think they're going to try to hit this place at some point, but I bet they're going to. So while he's gone, and I don't say this in front of BJ, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that if Haywood's got the bulk of the good items, we need to find out where he's keeping them because that's where these guys are going to hit.
I mean, we could just go back there and look.
We could, but I actually believe him. If I were Haywood and I spent that much money on them, I don't think I'd put them in the back of this rinky-dink store. And he said a lot of it has already been cataloged. So, it's not like he's got a bunch of miscellaneous items back there. Don't get me wrong, if you're dead set on going back there, once I get the tape, I'm not gonna... I mean, honestly, if I knew you were gonna make your way back there anyway, I wouldn't have paid the kid, but I was gonna leave peacefully and not make a scene, because I don't want them to know we've been here.
Okay, that's fine. I was going to take a peek. I don't have to.
I mean, if you think you can do it without being spotted.
I'm just going to go look for a bathroom.
There you go. Go look for a bathroom. Just don't kill anyone.
Why would I kill anyone? I just randomly go around killing people. I wander back to the bathroom.
All right. So it's a single stall men's room and a single stall women's room that are separated. I assume
you misunderstand. I wander back to look for a bathroom
In the stock
place
room.
where they stock all of the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my eye patch off. I'm just
God, read the
toddling
room.
around.
All right, so we'll separate this out a little bit. So there was like the retail store area that was, a large portion of this, and then into the back room, the stock room, they have these like beads, the bead curtain. So as you come through the bead curtain, BJ looks up and he's like, "Oh, sir, you can't be back here. He's working on that DVR. He's trying to get the."
I
camera
was just
footage.
looking. I've got my my patch pulled up a little bit, or turned on. I've got my patch turned on. I'm just kind of out glancing around, like I was looking for the restroom. I just walked right in. The restroom back here? I gotta go.
No,
I gotta go
it's out
back.
there. It's listed. It's
I've
right
been-
out these beads, and
I've
there's
had a
a men's
lot
room.
to drink.
Yeah, in a women's room, sir. I'm trying. That guy paid me $1,000. I'm trying to get this done.
Yeah,
Get me
yeah,
back
yeah.
here, sir.
Go for it. Go for it. I'll head back.
All right, so you're taking a look around the stock room, and you
Yeah.
see like almost 100% mundane items. It's
Uh-huh.
your typical pawn store shit. There's also some comic books that are really rare.
Yep. But no magic stuff.
Nope.
Say, sorry, man. Where was the bathroom?
Just out there in the retail area. You passed him coming in here.
Look, I didn't see it. I really had to go. I'm sorry. I go back out.
Yep. He comes back out. He's got a DVD in his hands, and he goes, "Here's all the footage. It's crazy how much you can put on a DVD now. This is the past week,
Thank you, sir.
24 hours a day."
A scholar and a gentleman.
Hey, you guys got my cousin Jeb a job. Do you think you could get me a job too?
Probably. Where did we get Jeb a job at?
I thought Jeb worked for us and we got him killed.
Yeah.
Get him killed?
He was in the van that got attacked by the smoke monster.
Oh yeah.
But he survived.
Did
He
he?
survived. Yes, he rolled really well on something, and we saved him.
I think you did save him, but it was because you used a fate point or something.
Yeah. Whatever. We saved him. Yeah. We can get you a job. Look, actually, I was thinking, we need you to stake this place out.
Stake it out? How? What do you want me to do?
You just call us when you see anyone acting suspicious, or somebody tries to hold you up or something. You just call us up, ring us. I give them our business card.
Sure thing. Yeah. If I see anything, I'll say something. 100%. I'm a good employee.
And
You
since,
don't look. Do not fight anyone. Okay. Like if somebody tries to rob you, you give them whatever they want. We just want you to call us as soon as you can. If you can do it before they're done, great. If not, you wait till that shit's done.
and hypothetically, if someone were looking to rob Mr. Haywood, is there a particular building he keeps his good stuff in that we maybe want to go ask about?
He looks at you wide-eyed, and he goes, Mr. Haywood has his own private collection. I'd imagine that all of his really valuable things are with him in his house. But I don't know where Mr. Haywood lives. He's a strange guy. You'll see when you meet him.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
Has he signed anything? Like, do you know what his signature looks like? It's a weird question, I know, but it's an investigation. You look up all kinds of weird things.
You can see, like, he's got a stylized signature on his business card that he gave you. It's very, like, blocky letters. It does not look like your
brand.
Yeah, barking up the wrong tree.
Okay, all right.
It's almost like an arrow.
Yeah. Or like a tree branch. Something like shaped naturally. Still really jagged.
Okay. Yeah, I think this Haywood guy is probably target. Just have to figure out
why.
Well, I mean, there's two mysteries we're searching out here. One is who's the H. The other is where's the gargoyles.
So I don't
So
think
I
I'm
don't think he's the H. I agree. But,
yeah. Yes,
but until it's ruled out, it's still a possibility.
but I also think he does have an interest in it. So Who's to say that the H is someone who's currently alive? What if this is an ancestor? He's trying to gather
Right.
up those things. But that bleeds the question, how did one end up on Beth?
I mean,
Unless she's a lot older than you think she is.
or that's just when the person that owned her died.
Well, then it wouldn't be ancient history. It would be relatively recent history.
Based on the mundane items, we haven't seen anything that was really
New?
right, but nothing that was super old either.
That's true. Toasters have a pretty long existence, but electric modern toasters would only go back to say the 60s at the earliest.
Right.
Yeah, everything that you've seen so far looks like it's from the 80s or 90s.
Okay.
Which would be
yeah,
about about Beth's time frame as well.
Yep, that's reasonable. But once again, doesn't mean it's necessarily someone who's alive now.
Correct.
All right. I think what we need to do, I think our next step has to be we need to find this Haywood guy. We need to arrange a meeting.
We should also find out where Beth woke up.
Oh, that's on
Like
you.
where her, yeah, I got you. Where her original start point was.
That's a good lead to.
Well, that's easy enough. You would know that Beth, she woke up around the age of 14.
Yep.
In a hospital. It was the hospital, the one like right across the street from you guys.
Okay.
That's almost like the hospital of the city, so that's not very surprising. But she was found wandering around. Let's see. She would have been. I'm gonna draw a circle for you.
Does the hospital have records of like where they found her?
Yeah.
All right.
She came in. It was like a police officer that brought her in. Probably Harry Buttocks, just for simplicity.
Can't imagine him finding a long lost girl and actually doing the right thing.
He was a young cop.
Yeah, he didn't know any better.
Oh, God.
If you want to call the mayor, you might be able to find out.
I mean, we are still considered heroes of the city, but I don't think Harry's going to want to, Harry/Kevin, I don't think is going to want to be so generous to us. We'll put that one off.
You could go another route. You could try to get the record from Juanita, the chief.
Yeah.
You could also try to get it through Thomas in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm looking up a cold case. I know the board of directors.
Yeah, you're kind of on it at this point. The other ones have died. All right, so turns out Beth was discovered standing trance-like in the street on, we're going to call this First Street, which is like this street right here. Red line. So she was standing just outside. This is a residential neighborhood that there's lots of houses around. So just on that street, there's probably 60 or 70 houses. So she could be from any one of those.
Okay. What did that place look like? How long ago was this when she was 14 then? How old is she now?
That's a good question. How old do you want her to be?
I
Early
don't think we-
30s?
Yeah, I think it's early 30s what we went. So 20 years ago?
Yeah, roughly.
So what did the neighborhood look like 20 years ago?
Also a residential neighborhood. Most of these houses are older and have been around for a long time. They're also like family houses that have been passed down generation to generation, so they don't get sold very often.
Okay.
They're your brick houses, wood houses, but they were built when the city was smaller, so they're now worth a lot of money.
All right. I'm gonna so. I want to drive through there, just kind of not slow, not fast, and kind of looking. I'm looking for two things. One, I got my patch on, so I'm looking to see if anything, shiny sticks out. And two, I'm looking for anybody that has like an H on their mailbox, like with that stylized version.
Okay, good plan. What are the other
I don't
guys
think
doing?
it'll
You guys
work,
going
but
with them?
I'm reviewing the footage. I also am going to take this broom and this book back to the office and have the experts look them over. What's the book? Is the book written in English?
The book is written in English. It is. It's a weird book because every time you look at it, the title's different. The front cover jacket is different. When you look at it the first time, it says the Big Book of Bathroom Books, and then you look at it again, and it says shitting on your throne and other jokes about toilets. It's like a bathroom reading book, but every time you look at it, it's different text.
Interesting.
That stylized H, though, is right on the inside of the cover. I don't know if I told you that. On the broom, it's at the base where the bristles meet the broom handle.
Okay.
All right, so you bring that stuff home. We're going to have a discovery roll from you, and then we'll have a discovery roll from Malcolm, and he's talking... He was talking to Beth? Trying to figure out where she was from. Oh, no. He's on the street.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking around.
Can I
Thomas,
also
what do you wanna
comb
do?
the paranet?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I'm board of director. I guess he already found the street, so that's not as helpful. I'm going to board of directors to see if there's any other people that just randomly were walking the street in the same general timeline that they found Beth.
Okay. All right. Give me your discovery rules.
So
This is part of investigation, so you'll get a +3.
the chart only goes up to +9. It's not combat, so if it's above +9, do you care what the actual number is?
No.
Okay, because it's way above 9.
Okay.
I
Fantastic.
rolled good that time.
I got a -1. I did not.
Oof. Malcolm, what'd you get?
Hold on. I can use flare.
Sure. Narratively, how would you flare driving up and down the street?
If I don't use flare, what should I use?
You can
Ooh.
use flare.
I don't know how flare's going. Look, I have no idea how flare would work in that situation, but I could use focus or guile.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're focused on this H more than anything else.
All right, I have a 4.
Okay. All right, so we'll do Malcolm first. You're focused on this H, and you're up and down the street 3 or 4 times before you realize that there's a door knocker on the front door of one of these houses that is literally the same shape. So it's like this, and it's sitting on the door with this bar in the middle, and it's so small on the door that you didn't really notice it until the 4th time that you've driven by it. But it's on a blue door. It's a gold knocker. And for funny sake, it's house 420 First Street.
Okay, I'm gonna go knock on the door.
All right. Let's go over to Redicus, you rolled a crazy, and you were looking at the Paranet.
I was reviewing security tapes, looking at the 2 magical items, and reviewing the Paranet for any correlation between all these.
Okay, so through the security tapes, you're going to learn a couple things. One, Haywood is a bugbear. BJ probably didn't notice because you know how people are, and they just kind of ignore the mystical and mythological. But Haywood is 100% a massive fucking bugbear that you kind of recognize. He was large.
Oh, he's one of the Maulers.
Yeah.
We know him. He was actually pretty
Yeah.
decent to us.
Large Haywood.
Also, a little bit of Maul's bitch.
He's a collector. So you know Large, or Haywood as he's known, and you'll also see people coming in and out of that pawn shop constantly buying and selling things. Haywood comes in. So about 2 days ago, you'll see that Haywood comes in with a bunch of stuff. A lot of them are like the ancient relics that you've seen on Lady Zaza's list, and he also has he would have not the globe or the toaster, because you guys already had that. The espresso machine. Sorry, that's the one I was trying to remember. So the ancient relics and the espresso machine, and he basically separates everything out into 2 piles, and he takes one pile and puts it in a box and seals the box up, and he takes the other pile and leaves with it. He comes back a couple minutes later and takes the box and goes out the back door instead of the front door, so a completely different location for that.
And they don't have any external cameras, so I don't know where that went.
Oh, sure, yeah. He's got an external camera. Let's say it's pointed at the parking lot. He puts it in his car, and he drives away with it.
Okay, I'm gonna get the plate numbers off the car.
Yeah, it's L4RG.
You don't actually need me to write that down, right?
No.
It's sufficient to say that I have the plate.
You have the plate.
All right, so I got the plate number, and that he divided that shipment into 2 parts. That I got that from the video, and that he's a bugbear.
Yep.
Did I get anything from the other pieces of it? Yeah.
So the Paranet. Yeah, you know what? The Paranet would pop up a story of a local guy here in Detroit who bought something recently, and it's gone crazy. He says that it's possessed. He took a picture of it, and it's one of the... It's an item, but it's not on Lady Zaza's list.
It has an H on it, though.
It does have an H on it.
Okay. What kind of item is it?
Let's say it's the mandolin, and he says that it's possessed. It chops fucking automatically. Like anything that you put in it, like less than a second, just fucking
How many
snaps.
fingers does he have left?
Yeah, 0. He is fucking pissed.
Okay.
He tried to clean it, and it ate him. Yeah, it's awful.
Okay. So, does he have an address I can...
You could hit him up, like send him a DM.
Yep.
And he would reply back and set up a meeting.
I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and pay the fee to have the DMV give me the address registered to that license plate.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you're gonna get Large's address. He's down by the mall, obviously, and then you're gonna get the address for. We're gonna call him Craig.
Okay.
All right. Thomas, your strikeout at the hospital kind of leaves you a little flustered. What do you want to do?
So there, I was real excited. I was like, "Hey, so like clearly we're gonna run some old cases. We got this really cool thing in the back, and oh no, it's powers out, so we can't search anything today. Well, that sucks." Um, I know Malcolm was going to try to find a thing. I'm gonna go give him a text and say, "Struck out at the hospital. I'm gonna go find you."
You said that to Redicus? Or you sent it to Malcolm?
Malcolm Redicus, the work.
Oh,
email
group
chain.
chat. I'm gonna send a response with the thing for Craig. And I'll be like, I've actually got 2 leads. Do you want to go interview Craig for me? He has that mandolin and it cut his fingers off.
Oh man,
That seems like something a medical practitioner may be able to help with.
yeah. Let me go. I'll check him out.
You get in the group chat. You get a picture of the door knocker, and you can tell from where the picture's being taken that I'm standing at the door.
You can see his reflection in the gold.
Big old grin. I found him. I'm a detective.
Redicus responds with, "Oh shit."
I can get there first.
Yeah, so his ping comes up at 421st Street, and then Redicus sends Craig, the mandolin guy, his address over to Thomas.
And none of these addresses are the same, right?
No.
Okay. Just making sure we're not all going to show up at the same door and be like,
It's not on 421 First Street, right?
Craig is at 421 First Street.
Well,
That'd be really convenient.
I love that he's like, there's 78 houses on this street. This is door number 420.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm writing down large house, 421st Street, and Craig the mandolin guy.
I actually filled up a whole page already.
All right. So let's Malcolm, you're about to knock on this door. Are you going at it gently?
Mid-ground. I don't shake the house when I knock on it, but it's a beefy knock.
Okay. The door knob turns just a little bit, and then it turns a lot, and then you hear it unlock, and then the door turns again, and the door opens just a little bit until like the chain pull hits it, and you look up and down, and there's this little girl on the other side of the door, and she says,
Hi. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I'm Malcolm.
Hi, Malcolm.
What's
I'm Tabitha.
Tabitha. Does she? What does she look like?
she looks to be about 7.
Mhm.
She's short for her age. She's got huge glasses on, and 2 huge front teeth, and a gap between them.
You okay?
Oh, I'm okay.
Not you. My wife dropped.
My parents say I can't talk to strangers.
She shuts the door.
Sorry, my wife dropped some. Right.
Okay.
Is she actually okay? Do you need a minute?
Yeah.
What
you
color?
need some time.
What color hair does she have?
She's got very dark hair.
Any feet? What color is her eye color? Similar to Beth's?
No, she doesn't really look like Beth.
Okay, just checking. So, are your parents home?
My mom's in the bathroom.
Okay. I can wait if you want to go get her. I need to speak with the owners of the house.
The lady of the house.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Right, no, I get that. How about let's do this, all right? You close the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock again, right?
Okay.
And then you go tell your mom there's a stranger at the door.
My mom's not really home.
Oh,
Oh, I'm not supposed to. Oh, shit.
that's a bummer. Fuck. How do I deal with this? I mean, sorry, not fuck. I didn't say fuck.
You said,
What?
hey, Malcolm,
Yep.
you're a real big guy.
Yep.
I'm scared.
Of
I'm
what?
gonna. You're big. You got a big hammer thing back there.
What if I kneeled down so we're the same height?
Um,
See, I'm not big anymore.
you got one eyeball, sir, and it's got lightning in it.
Yeah, I got hit in the face with a fireball. It hurt. It hurt a lot. But my dad helped me fix it, and now I can see things. By the way, is she magical?
No.
Okay, good. Just checking. All right. So let me ask you this. If I weren't a stranger, could you tell me when your father or mother will be home?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
Mom will be home soon.
And your dad?
He'll be home late.
Late.
I shouldn't tell you these things.
If I was a bad guy at this point, you'd already be in trouble, and clearly you're not. I mean, look at me. If I wanted to kick the door in, we both know it would, boom, done, right? I don't want to do that. I really just want to talk to your dad.
Her eyes
Or your
get
mom.
so big.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. I'm not trying to scare you. I don't really do well with kids. I like them, but hey, so have can I ask what your last name is?
Growth?
What? Say that again.
Growth?
How do you spell that?
Groff?
Weird. What's the H on the door for then?
Oh, it's been like that when we bought the house. It had H's all over the house, and we don't have H's in our
Wait.
names, so we got rid of a lot of it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I will. You said your dad comes home late, like 8, 9, 7,
7-ish.
7-ish. Where's your dad work?
He works at the concrete plant.
Concrete plant. All right, I know where that is. What's his name?
Oh, his name is shit. I don't know. Give me a name.
Bob.
Henry.
Bob. Oh, Henry. Henry Groff. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna. It was very pleasant talking to you. I don't have any presents to give you. If I did, I would. But I hope I get to talk to you again. You're a good girl. And just for the record, don't open the door for strangers ever. Ever.
Okay.
Even if they look awesome and cool like me.
Yeah, you look like a superhero.
Thank you. I kind of am. I am a superhero. Do you want to see something cool?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. Is there a?
Strike her with a bolt of lightning.
Not gonna strike her. I'm gonna,
You're not gonna throw her down the well.
You know he's looking around for something he can blow up though.
Yeah. I'm looking for. Is there like a bush somewhere? Like maybe it's not doing great already.
Sure. Yeah. 100%.
I'm like, all right. You see that bush over there? Watch this. I point at it with like a finger gun, and I blast it.
All right. This happens, and this pop and an explosion, and the bush catches fire, and she goes, "Oh, wow, that's and she shuts the door.
Yeah. I get it. I've either ruined her life or made it so much better.
Right?
One of those. I go put the fire out real quick.
Okay. All right. Thomas, you get to Craig's house. Are you there, Thomas?
Yeah.
You would see Malcolm standing on the porch, talking to a door that's partially cracked open, and he's kneeling. It's kind of animated. It doesn't look so far from violent, and then he just turns around and finger guns a bush into oblivion.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
you're like half a block away.
I hear the fire and I go, oh, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Then I knock on the door.
So you hear shuffling on the other side of the door, and then you hear a man's voice, and he says, "Hold on, I'm trying to open the door, but can't get a good grip on this.
I'm gonna see if it's unlocked.
Hold on, I'll get it with my teeth. You don't have to."
Oh no!
It's unlocked.
Yeah. I open the door.
Oh
so
no!
You kind of bump this guy in the face a little bit because he's on his knees in front of the door.
I thought he was gonna try to open the door while it was in his teeth.
So the guy, he kind of nudges back. He stands up, and his fucking hands are just a mess. They've been bandaged up, but he's missing fingers. The like lacerations all over this guy's hands.
Yeah. Do you have your fingers on ice?
I have pieces of my fingers.
He's got a finger puree.
It is a goddamn mess. Who are you? You just come up in my house and tell me my hands are messed.
Yes, your hands are messed up. I know you've got a mandolin that's on the fritz, and I'm here to help. I'm kind of like a superhero.
Well, what's your name?
I'm Dr. O'Malley.
Dr. O'Malley.
Yep. The hospital sends out house calls for
Medical
emergencies.
superheroes. Yeah.
Medical superhero emergency services.
The hospital does this?
You're selling it, man. I love it.
That's incredible.
I feel like about that time there's like a lightning bolt in the bush across the street. Oh, that's my partner. He does house calls for kids.
He's a gardener.
Yeah. He says, "Come on in. They already a surgeon said that I won't be able to get my hands back. He was already I was at the hospital. I'm sorry. I'm on painkillers.
Yeah.
Healers? Painkillers?
You sit down in this chair, and let me see that mandolin.
Oh yeah, it's still in the kitchen. I put a big old. You'll see. So you walk in the kitchen, and he has placed the mandolin inside of a microwave. But he's ripped his microwave up off the fucking wall and flipped it upside down to pin the mandolin inside of the microwave oven. Door is on the floor.
Did this without fingers. Well done.
Yeah, there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to kick the microwave open, get out my sword, and slice that mandolin in half.
Okay. Good deal. You do this. You kick it over, and the mandolin is sitting there on the floor. It's covered in blood, but it looks benign. You slice it and cut it in half, destroying it. That's it. You destroyed it.
I look up. I kind of look back at him. I said, "This thought that was going to be harder." And then oh no, I don't have my bag of thread anymore, do I?
The two pieces each grow into a new mandolin.
I thought when you got our magical pieces back. Am I misremembering that?
Yeah, I think Harold gave you the thread back.
Yeah, I think after we after we solved the Banta Black thing, he gave us all of our equipment back.
All right. I'm gonna sew this guy some hands. and then I'm going to say I'm going to need to take those stitches out in 2 weeks, and carefully count all of the thread that I use.
Okay. So he's amazed when his fingers regrow in front of him, and he says, "These painkillers are fucking fantastic. I think I've got that phantom limb, though. I can see my fingers."
Yeah, they're on your hands right now. Those
Are-
painkillers helped you drastically recover from an actual surgery that happened at the hospital 2 days ago.
What? Are you for real?
Yeah.
Are these my fingers, or are these the fingers of a dead man?
Those are your fingers, sir. Watch out for mandolins. They are very sharp.
Technically, because it could be both. Like those are probably Kevin's fingers.
I'm never playing mandolin again, sir. Don't you worry.
Yep. You can pick up the banjo.
Yeah, the banjo. My cousin used to play the trumpet, but he said it tastes like shit.
Oh man.
Oh
her
no!
Trombone guy.
Trombone, yeah.
Better than playing the violin, though.
True. Alright, so you've sewn this guy's hands back together. You've
Mhm.
killed his mandolin problem.
Right about that time, Thomas's phone dings with a group message and said, "You get that mandolin yet? We probably need to look at that."
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up and bring it.
Okay. You bring the two halves of the mandolin. I want to make sure that I'm thinking of the right thing. A mandolin slicer. All right. Yeah.
There's a bunch of different types. So
Did you ride the angler turtle fish?
oh my
yeah.
god, you know he
Yeah.
did. So that guy looks out the door and he's like, "These painkillers."
These painkillers
Yeah, so-
are fucking awesome.
So when I left, I would have seen the angler turtle fish parked out front. I would have pulled up next to it and waited for you to come out, and then I would have accompanied you. We're going back to the office, right? I got some leads.
I would have definitely sent you guys' largest address, which is where I was going.
Oh, all right. Hey, can you check on the history of X address? And I give you the address I was at, 420. Who do we call to ask questions about that? I think this is where Beth was
Yeah,
born.
I think we need to send this back to the office and have them look at it, but maybe not Beth. Maybe I'll send it to Stephanie and she can get us the info back, just in case there's anything like traumatizing in there for Beth.
Yeah, we shouldn't have Beth searching anything.
Yeah, I'll send it to Stephanie.
Yeah,
call.
perfect.
Okay, so Redicus gets to Large's abode. He lives in an extremely upscale fucking townhouse. It's
3 doors
easily-
down from the other place.
It's like $3 million plus for this townhouse. It's a very, very expensive place. It's over by the mall, actually. It'd be over here. So it's going to take some time for them to get to you.
That's fine. I think we're on pretty good terms with Large. I'm about to find out.
So
I
you're
sent I sent Craven a picture of the front door of Large's house.
welcome.
I give you a thumbs up.
And I knock on the door. Or ring the fancy doorbell or whatever they've got.
Yeah, so let's say that it is a big fancy doorbell. And it's going to be answered by Large himself. And he says, Redicus, right? I remember that whole thing with the demons.
That's me. Do you prefer Large or Mr. Haywood?
Oh. Well, I prefer Large when we're talking about mall or business, but Haywood if we were talking about antiques or things like that.
We're definitely talking about antiques, and I hold up a picture of the symbol on my phone.
He squints at it, and then he puts on these tiny little glasses and looks at it closer, and he goes, Yeah, I know that one. I've been calling that the H symbol. What have you been calling it?
The H symbol.
Oh, that's fantastic. Great minds think alike.
So you don't. So can you? First off, may I come in, or we have this conversation on your doorstep?
Oh, sure. So he brings you inside, and it's opulent in there.
This is an
He
amazing
offers-
place you've got.
Yeah. He says, the antiques business has been great to me and my family for the last couple of years, actually. The contacts that I learned as part of the group, the Mahler group, the contacts there have helped me out gain a little bit of legitimacy. So I've been in the antiques trade for quite a while, but yes, this past 4 years has been fantastic for me. I get things on the cheap, and I sell them for great profit.
I could see where this has worked out for you. I'm working for a client. Well, I've got a personal interest in this as well, but I also have a client. Are you familiar with Lady Zaza?
I'm not on speaking terms with her, but I know of her reputation.
Several of her personal possessions that have this symbol were stolen from her and ended up in your possession.
Oh, that's terrible. I can't deal in stolen items. Do you have any paperwork to back this up? I'm not asking to be a dick. I'm just asking to make sure that maybe I can claim an insurance case against my loss or something.
I have some. I have a list, a manifest she sent me of what was taken, but I've found. Look, I have a personal interest in this, and I helped you out with a relatively personal issue in the not too distant past, and I'm actually more interested in who's doing the thefts. I'd like to help catch them, and I think that maybe you know some information that could help me. You've been tracking down these items with the symbol for a while. I'm hoping you know a little bit more about them and their origin, and where you're keeping the bulk of them, because I think someone's going to try to steal them from you.
Well, I got the espresso machine from Richard Scratcher. He's down in Lowtown. He owns a pawn shop down there.
Yes, we've met.
Oh, okay. Well, where Richard got them from, I'm not 100% sure. So, do you think somebody stole them and then sold them to Richard?
I think that may have been part of what happened here. Obviously, these are not ordinary antiques.
No, they aren't. That espresso machine, it dispenses pure cocaine.
And that didn't strike you as odd.
Of course not. It is odd. I'm odd. I'm part of this magical community here in Detroit, and
Well,
frankly,
that's what I meant about the antiques not just being normal antiques. Is they're magical.
Yes. I know of. There are a lot of things that come through my business that are magical. I'm sorry for not understanding your question. I have the espresso machine, but I also have other things. You say that they're not safe anymore?
I believe that someone is going to make an attempt to take them, and I'd like to know. I realize this is privileged information, and honestly, I'm being very, very forward and blunt with you because we have a working relationship already, and I feel like I can trust you, and I hope you feel like you can trust me and my associates. We're not here to do you any harm or to steal from you. I'm hoping you'll trust me with wherever you're storing this stuff, because whoever is after it probably already knows where it is. And we think they're going to make an attempt on it, and we want to catch them when they do.
Oh, okay. All right. Why don't you come with me into my office? Because you guys were walking around his kitchen or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He takes you into his office and he says, here, I have this jade idol and this copper necklace. Both of these things I bought with the espresso machine from Dick. You're saying that these items are Lady Zaza's items? Is that what we're saying here?
So I don't actually have written down in my notes the exact list. So metagame, are these items on the manifest?
Yeah, 100% what he's saying is true. He's just trying to do some exposition, I guess.
Yeah, what I mean is, are they on the manifest Lady Zaza gave me?
Yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
the espresso machine, the idol, and the necklace are all Zaza manifest items.
So I'll give him a copy of the manifest.
Okay, so then yeah, he brings out the idol, he brings out the necklace, he brings out the espresso machine, and then he says these other two items here that are on Lady Zaza's list that are also from Richard is a golf club. Always hits a hole in one. And a skeleton key made of gold. He says that golf club I've already sold to the mayor, and the skeleton key that's made out of gold, I actually gave that to Maul. So we're gonna have to track those two down. But I can get those back. Here's the idol and the necklace. I don't want to hold on to them if they're stolen items. That's not my business.
I want to examine those two items for any sign of not magical, but technological means of tracking. Like, is there a GPS tag taped to the bottom or something?
The idol and the necklace, no. They look very, very old. They look very, very valuable. It's the espresso machine that is the H symbol thing.
Okay. Does it have any sort of tracking on it?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out. My assumption is, okay, the gargoyles need magical items. The part I can't suss out, so I don't even think this out loud while I'm like going over these items and taking notes so that Haywood could hear me. I'd say what I can't suss out is why they would sell magical items to the pawn shops when they know that they need those items to hold off the spell, hold off the curse. I don't understand why they would sell it and then steal it back, other than to make money, obviously, but there's easier ways.
The dad who had nothing to do with it. Remember the two crackheads, the father and the son?
Oh,
So
yeah.
the dad was stealing them and then selling them.
Oh,
They don't actually know where they're at.
I forgot about it. I forgot about that.
Sorry, I got you.
Yeah. Nope, you're right. That makes that piece of the puzzle fit so much better.
Yeah, it's 100% true. Jimmy Books' dad was selling everything that Jimmy Books sold or stole.
Okay. And by this time, have my compatriots arrived if they're heading this way?
Yes, they would have gotten here. The big ass doorbell rings, and Haywood goes, "Huh? I don't have a meeting until 5."
That'll be my associates, most likely.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go get the door then. And he brings them inside. Like I said before, this place is opulent. It's a very expensive townhouse, and this bugbear has done very well for himself to get his. He welcomes you guys inside very warmly, offers you something to drink, says that, well, I've got Victor right upstairs. He's in my office. Let's head up there, and all of you guys can regroup.
I'm like, hey guys, found the idol and a couple of the other items. Relatively certain Haywood's not involved.
I kind of am involved, to be honest with you. I didn't want to be, though. I'm trying to play nice here and, give back the things. I paid a lot of money for that, so it really sucks that it was stolen. But by all means, take it.
I could, if you would like, contact Lady Zaza and say I've found a broker who acquired these items in good faith. Would there be a finder's fee for returning them? I'm not going to promise she's going to make back all your money, but she may give you a finder's fee if you want to return them yourself.
Interesting concept. Yeah, I like this.
I'll get the ball rolling. I can't promise anything, but I'll send the messages.
What do we want to do about the golf club and the skeleton key? I can talk to Maul. He's
Are those
pretty close by.
those are Zazas, or are they marked with H's?
They are marked with H's. They were not on Zaza's list.
Okay. I'll relay all of that information to my two compatriots who've joined him, because I'm not sure what we should do about those 100% yet, and I'd like to know your thoughts.
By all means, talk amongst yourselves. Haywood pulls out a pipe.
Malcolm, what do you think? I mean,
What was the question?
so we know where two more of these items with H's are. They're not on Lady Zaza's list. But they are so they're most likely associated with the thefts, but they're also very likely associated with what's going on with Beth. So I kind of think it's more in your queue of what we do. I mean, the people who've bought them, they don't know anything about this whole deal. And it's very unlikely that the gargoyles know where these items have ended up. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure pursuing these is actually our best course of action.
Yeah. I don't think we need to pursue them anymore. I have a different lead on. I know that I've got a good lead on their origin, which is really what we want to know.
Yes, for Beth's sake.
As far as these items and finding them and getting them back for Lady Zadza, I feel like our relationship with her is pretty equal to our relationship with Large here. We should let them hash it out.
I agree. That's why I agreed to get everything rolling in motion, but I didn't make any promises. Once they start talking, it's between them.
Yep.
Okay, but we do need to lure out these gargoyles because we have to stop them.
I mean, that's actually pretty easy. We'll just gather up some relics and
So I had an idea about that.
can't we just do like a what's the word I'm looking for? Get
Auction.
someone to. Yeah, that's what
I was thinking
kind of
as
what I'm
well.
thinking.
And I think we know
Yeah.
someone who might be able to help us set up an auction of such items that would attract who we're looking for.
Yeah.
Thomas, what do you think?
Oh, can we take out? What do we have? 8 of them, or the? Oh man, yes, I'm in.
However, I would like to find out the original owner of the house at 420 First Street.
Oh, we can. I've got Stephanie looking that up. I forwarded the information you sent me to her. She'll probably have that by the time we get back to the office. That's easy. That's public records.
Should be.
So, Mr. Haywood, how would you feel about helping us set up an auction to catch these thieves? A little bit of bait. You have some items that you auction off on a semi-regular basis that are of this quality?
Oh yes. Actually, there is already an auction set up for tomorrow night.
That's very convenient. Do you know,
Almost crazy convenient,
isn't it? Do you know where the auction is warehousing the goods?
I could find out for you. That's not a problem.
I would like to have that information. I'd also like to make sure that a certain Mr. Gummer, who has a self-defense store in town, if you can make sure that a invitation to that auction ended up in his junk mail.
Oh, okay. That's not a problem.
Just a
The auction's been advertised for weeks now, but I can send him an invite.
don't make it specific to him as much as make it a flyer. I just want to make sure that he's seen it.
Okay, understood.
I think we have a plan, gentlemen. I'm going to thank Mr. Haywood for his time. Unless any of the other guys jump up with additional questions or asks, I think we are set, and I'm going to start heading back to the office.
All right, sounds good.
Silence is deafening. I'm going to take all that as everyone's good with my plan.
Let's do it.
I was about to say they're asleep.
They might-
No, I had to mute my stream. You're welcome.
All right.
Well, I need to mute my stream for a second, so I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, we just parked the motorcycles in here. Fuck yeah. Brum, brum, brum.
My motorcycle's house trained, so that's perfectly fine.
Does it urinate? Does it shit?
Oh no.
Razzo is not house trained.
That's terrifying to think of it that it flies over people.
Yeah, people look up at it and they just get a nice glowy pulse of warm feelings or terror.
Alright, so you know the skeleton keys with Maul, you know the golf clubs with the mayor. You have Zadza's idol and necklace. And espresso machine.
I thought that those items were being returned by Large.
Oh yes, he can do that. Sorry. I will
Yeah,
make sure that happens.
Because he wanted to do a finder's.
So you guys know where they are. You don't have them. You could use them in the auction.
If we needed to, or if we thought it would increase, we could ask Lady Zaza about that. But one of the things I agreed to when I was doing this investigation was to return her items. So there's an opportunity to do that. I'm going to stick to my word.
Right. All right. So you guys get back to the Trinity Solutions office, and you don't have any of the H things, so Beth doesn't go crazy.
We do. We have pieces of one that I expected to be in whole, like, content.
Ooh,
So
that's
the
true.
first thing
That's
I'm going to
true.
say is, okay, so we need to study this. What the shit did you do to it?
I thought we were gonna have a sword fight, and I won real fast.
There's just this blank stare from Redicus, where he pinches his brow. And he starts,
Like that's a really clean cut too. I mean, right down the center.
starts to walk to the drinks cabinet and then sees that Stephanie's there, and instead grabs a bottle of water and sits at his desk and pouts.
That's surprisingly hard. Like he cut. If you look at the shaft there where the blades spin, he cut the shaft right in half, like right down the center.
I split the H too.
Yeah, I see that. That's amazing.
So Beth, she sees it, and she still kind of gets this far off look in her eye. She doesn't take any movement forward, but you can tell she loses like 30 seconds, and then she blinks and then comes back. Stephanie steps forward and she goes, Beth, are you? I think that you're experiencing some sort of trauma, or maybe remembering it. And Beth is like, I don't know. And she starts breathing heavy. And she goes, this is a lot. This is and she stumbles backwards into Thomas's desk. I just
I'm gonna do that thing that I do that calms her. My hair starts flowing like there's a cool breeze going. Flex the muscle. Works every time.
she calms down a little bit, looking into your eye. The breeze is helping. She's breathing a little bit better. It's like having a fan on. Okay. What the fuck is going on? What's going on here?
Well, I found the house where we think you woke up. Well, I found a street you were wandering on and the house with the symbols on it.
Okay.
Maybe you were kidnapped as a child and like a person died and you got away.
She looks very confused, but at the same time, things are making sense. And she puts her head in her hands and kind of curls up on the desk without falling. She's on the desk. Stephanie, she goes, and she goes and makes a drink, and she comes back and she's like, look, drink this, it'll make you feel better. And she sits over here and puts a calming hand on her.
I drink it. Do I feel better?
It's more booze.
Oh, nice. What's good booze? Thank you.
Stephanie makes another one and hands it to Beth. So Hopper's like, okay, so I've been overhearing a little bit of what's going on, and it seems like you got a lot of household shit that's got H's on it. Beth is marked with an H too, so it's been, branded by some crazy...
I have a bolt of lightning in my hand.
Okay,
And
so I believe...
And I'm giving him the
I got a raid anyway. Wow, raid. He
Thumbs
just
up.
leaves the room.
Good call. Read the room, buddy.
All right. You want to flesh out your plan of an auction?
Does Stephanie have the name of the original owner of the house?
Oh yes. Let's go with that. All right. So the house was built in 1920. Original brick, one-story rambler, and it was owned by a man named Higgs. Higgs. Higgs owned it from 1920 up until about 8 years ago,
What happened to him?
when it was sold by the city after being abandoned.
How long was it abandoned?
So it's a tax-free possession?
It was, yeah. We'll keep it simple.
How long was it abandoned for?
It doesn't say. It says that the taxes hadn't been paid on the house from like 19, let's just say 14 years ago or 20 years ago. When was it that she? Yeah,
That's fine. That's
Lost
what
her
I was
memory.
guessing.
yes, all around the same time.
Interesting. So something happened. So there's a couple things that could have happened here.
something. He could have died, or he could have gotten himself. You know how you get? Hey, stop doing that. Shh. Shh. No, we're not gonna do that.
Trump's humping your leg.
Cat thinks everything's a scratching post, and she's cute.
Right.
She's halfway there. Anyway,
She probably is cute.
yeah, she absolutely is. This could be a thing where he was doing his little magical things, and somehow he got himself unstuck or untethered, and he just recently made it back, right? And that would cause her to, like, she would have gotten out, been traumatized, or he died, and his soul's been trapped in one of the items, and the gargoyles, when they sacrifice something, they may have broke him out, so to speak. Those are my guesses. You know.
I like both theories.
Or he could be the reason for the gargoyle curse. He's somehow done this to them as a method of coming back. He is trapped in one of the gargoyle forms because he's the originator of it.
Could be. The only problem with that is that most of the items are pretty mundane, and nothing about the gargoyle thing is mundane. Like, they're mundane magical items. You know what I'm saying? Like what? One's like a book of things you read while you're on the toilet, and it's always different. You know, one's like a spatula that flips things. Like, I'm not saying dude was a good guy. I'm just saying the stuff he was working with shouldn't have had the effects like that.
Well, you're also assuming that's all he ever did. I mean,
True.
you start out learning how to, just strum a guitar. You end up playing, complex notes later on.
Is there an internet history of this guy?
Of Higgs,
Yeah, we search him on the internet.
you don't find anything.
There's
Nothing at
no
all.
vital statistics. Nothing when he was born, stuff like that.
That's the thing. You would have a lot of history if it was a normal ass person. You get nothing for this guy.
Like, he accidentally erased himself?
Like, he on purpose, something has skewed your results.
Huh. Let's go talk to Harold.
Harold!
All right, Harold comes through the door as soon as you're like, "Hey, let's talk to Harold." And
Yeah.
he goes, "All right, what's up?"
So we found out who owned the house that had the symbol of that we've been looking at. The owner stopped paying taxes at exactly or pretty close to the same time that Beth was found in, like, catatonic in the middle of the street, right? Nothing heard from him again. But when we search his name, nothing comes up. Like, nothing.
Huh.
Like, he doesn't exist.
So, like,
Which
he's
is-
from the Never.
I don't know. That's what we're trying to. We kind of hit a wall. And you're the weird expert, so we figured we'd run it by you.
Yeah, I would. I'd guess that he's some supernatural entity. I wouldn't place him any higher than, like, a I don't know what normal is for you guys, but look,
Kinda varies.
let's say he's a red cap, right? Obviously, he's Fey. He's got to have a place here. How are they going to go about, keeping up, their appearances? They own a house. They got to pay taxes on it, but as a person, does he exist?
All right. So, what would cause someone like that to disappear for 20 years?
He died? He went back to the Never Never? I mean, there's a lot of different things. He could have just left. Harold looks at Beth, and he's like, something happened to traumatize this girl. and I would bet that it was awful enough that it killed all memory of it. And now, whenever she sees something marked with that H, good or bad, she's fucking freaking out, right?
Right. So it's not mind controlling her. It's just what's the word? It's PTSD. It's like repressed trauma. She sees the symbol and she kind of all comes back.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
So 3 days ago is when she saw the espresso machine.
Okay.
That's when it started. As long as she keeps seeing these symbols, she's going to continue to have these issues.
All right. So blindfold her.
No, I was thinking more. You can just use hypnosis, like when you cure smoking.
Oh. I can do that.
Yeah, you just make it so when she sees that, she thinks of something not horrible. Alternatively, we can unlock her repressed memories, but that can have.
Harold, do you have anything that would allow us to download her repressed memory?
I can do stuff. I don't know if she's gonna be Beth Darkbrew when I'm done, but it'd be really cool.
I suspect that first part's going to be a gating issue.
Beth, this is kind of involving you at this point. You probably should have a say in what goes forward. Do you want to just like continue to not remember and then remove this from your mind, or do you want to know?
Wouldn't you want to know?
Well, of course I'd want to know. I want to know now, but like I don't want to. This is probably gonna affect you, so you need to be involved in the decision.
Yeah. What if he's right? What if it's something terrible though? What if it's something so vile and dark that I repressed it? Look at me. I'm repressing it. That's got to be bad.
Eh. I mean, like, our minds do crazy stuff. They do crazy things to protect us, right? You were young. If like I suspect you were a prisoner, and you somehow managed to escape in a time when magic wasn't really what's the word I'm looking for? Believed? Like it's much more believed now than it was, say, 20 years ago. Your brain might have just found it easier to just start over than try to move forward.
Harold steps up and he puts a hand like up on her shoulder. The tips of his fingers, though, curl like octopus tentacles. And he says, "Look, Beth, we can take care of this real quick. We can just noodle in there, wipe these memories out. This doesn't become a problem anymore. And actually, I could play them back on a TV recorder thing, and we could all watch what happened to you in your childhood trauma that's made you so Beth Darkbrew. How's that sound?" And Beth looks at him and she's like, "That sounds awful. I don't want to have my childhood trauma played for everybody in this room. That sounds evil." Harold's like, "Aw, come on, guys. What do you think? We could do this right now."
It's up to her.
I think she said no.
So, Beth, you said you want to know. So, do you want to watch it and then tell us about it, or
Why don't we do this? You said that you found the house.
Mhm.
Maybe if I go to the house, I might remember some things. And Stephanie's like, "Yeah, that actually makes sense. Like, psychiatrists kind of do that all the time. Make you face your trauma, little bits at a time. And if you can't handle it, Beth, we can leave. But you're in control." Beth's like, "Yeah, we could go to the house. Maybe that'll help."
all right? Yeah, I'm down.
Harold's like, all right, well, if you need me, you know where I'm at.
Thank you, Harold.
No problem. One day soon. All right, I think if you guys head back to 421st Street, you get there right around when that kid's dad said he would be home.
All right, yeah, we'll do that. He's a concrete construction where he probably loves hammers. We're gonna get along great.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I'm gonna make that girl an orphan.
That'd be awful.
Let's try not to.
I'm not planning on it.
It just happens. I mean, if he turns out to be a gargoyle, it might be Redicus' fault.
Fair. It's not like our GM would put us in a moral quandary like that.
I wouldn't. Nope.
Redicus is able to do the Archer Rampage thing right now, where he just like, the scene where he's like intimidating the pharmacist by like holstering all of his guns and then unholstering them.
All right, we're gonna pack this up. I'm just gonna leave it blank though, and then we'll go to 421st Street, where you guys, that door knocker, the H stylized door knockers there on the blue door. You guys go up and knock, and a large man answers the door. He's got blue overalls on, and when you knock, he just opens the door. He's 6'3",
Not afraid.
bearded, huge. How can I help you?
I'm gonna say a lot of things are gonna sound real weird, but there's nothing for it but to go through it. So that's what we'll do. This house used to be owned by a guy named Higgs. There's some hinky stuff with his background, and he disappeared about the same time a girlfriend here was found outside in the street, and nobody knew where she was from or anything about her. Turns out she got some repressed trauma, and we figured visiting this place might bring it back for her. So here we are.
Huh.
I did tell you it was going to be weird, so
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
it is.
I've seen some weird shit lately. Believe
I bet.
me.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
So,
Sorry about the bush, by the way.
oh, you did that?
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'll pay you for it.
Oh, you were here earlier. My girl Tabitha said you stopped by. So, here you are.
Yep.
By now. Okay.
Yep, sweet kid.
Yeah, she's a little darling. I'm glad, she said you scared her pretty good, though. I can see why. You look like a superhero, though. Hey, so, Beth Darkbrew is standing behind you. She's trying really hard not to look at the house, but she keeps giving, like, furtive glances up to the door. Thomas and Victor, what do you guys want to do? Or say?
I'm comfortable doing anything. I think I'm gonna mostly observe. More a medical thing.
Yep. I'm going to watch. I mean, I'm not a trained like trauma specialist, but I'm going to try to position myself between Beth and this guy / house that she might viciously attack.
Okay. All right. So, Beth is really trying not to look at the house, and this guy, this tall guy, says, "All right, my name is Henry Gross, and you must be Malcolm."
That's correct, yes.
All right. My daughter Tabitha didn't catch your friends' names. I don't think they were here before.
No. I was, like I said, I was on a mission to help my girlfriend. But this is Redicus, and this is Dr. Thomas O'Malley.
How do you do?
Right. Howdy.
Pleasure.
He goes to shake your hand, and you two notice that Henry Gross does not have any symbols on his palms. What he does have is calluses. He works hard for a living. He says, listen, why don't you guys come on in? And Miss Darkbrew, you can take your time. And he invites you guys inside. He's got a one-story Rambler. It's made out of brick. It was built in 1920. It's got a carport off to one side, and then he leads you in. There's this front door here. There's like this dining room area immediately through that front door. Over here is this kitchen. He's got a little breakfast nook back here. In the past, like 5 years, he's built on an addition, but the bedrooms are down this way. So, one this way, one this way. Bathroom. Simple house. He brings you inside. It's well kept. You can see his dusty concrete-covered boots by the front door, and he leads you in. He's got a really nice couch, and it's got plastic over top of it. Tabitha's over playing on a tablet on the couch. And he motions you guys to sit down. Beth is fucking looking down at the floor, and when she looks up, she's squinting her eyes as she's looking around. She's starting to sweat.
I hold her hand.
Okay? She's squeezing your hand. As you guys move through the house, Henry says, so you said this house was built or made by or owned by a guy that was kind of hinky, right? I believe you. But if you guys are studying hinky shit, I should tell you, down at the concrete plant, we're making monsters. You believe that?
Oh, don't tell.
Like, you say monsters, you mean like wings, fangs, claws.
Yeah.
Someone even say they were
Redicus has
gargoyle-like.
sat straight up.
Yeah, gargoyle-like in nature.
It's a project that boy Cavallo's got. He's got us making these things. We're pulling them into molds. He's making them by the hundreds.
Any idea what he's doing with them?
Oh no, he's got them kept up. You ever hear that that place in China that's got all them
Yep.
statues?
Yep.
It's just row upon row upon row of them motherfuckers. Well, that's what we got right now.
All right.
I'll be back, guys.
Okay, can we,
Redicus walks out the door.
Damn it.
Wait, where you going? I thought we were talking about hinky stuff.
I'm gonna follow him.
You guys are still talking about hinky stuff.
Yeah, we'll, I'll catch up to you guys. Don't die.
All right, so Thomas and Redicus leave. Is that what's going on?
Yep, getting in the van. Before I do, I'm taking a quick inventory of how much C4 I've got.
Okay.
I'm telling him, like, you have to think this through. You can't just see for the entire quarry.
I beg to differ. Right now, it's late at night. There are no innocent civilians nearby to be hurt by it. This is the perfect time to just blow up the quarry.
As I'm starting the car and driving to, like, I mean, this has got to be a terrible plan. Like, you have to.
I'll tell you what, Thomas. We're just gonna go take a look.
Yeah,
I give him a
take
wink.
look.
I give him a wink, and then I start driving.
All right. Cool. Where are you driving to?
The quarry. I've put it by the check C4. Put in coordinates GPS. That's what I did.
Okay. The quarry. I'm gonna. Well, let's talk about this for a second. There is a concrete factory that this guy works at. It's called Cavallo Concrete. You'll very quickly figure out that it is a concrete plant here in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pull up the map.
Also, you got
It's
two
huge.
maps going simultaneously. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, let's make this way complicated.
Sorry, GM.
At least just one's just a house that's in my head anyway. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. So it's this huge place. Acres and acres and acres of this place. And basically, even though it's 9 o'clock, they've got like 24-hour shifts going. So as you guys pull up to the concrete plant, there are these big-ass concrete trucks rolling around. They're bringing stuff in dump trucks. So this is the way in. They check in at a gate, and then they go through the gate, disperse through the plant.
A
and do the thing.
24-hour concrete.
It's true.
I mean, they's always got to be running the machines, or they not making profit.
That's not how concrete places usually work, but if they're making molds of stuff, maybe they're always pouring molds. That's how they do it. We'll find out because we're gonna go take a tour.
Yeah, late night concrete explorers. I pull out a cowboy hat.
I love the disguise.
We keep standard just cowboy hats just everywhere.
So they've got all sorts of traffic coming in and out. I mean, a concrete, there's not a lot to steal here, so I imagine that security is going to be relatively lax.
So what you will see is there are poles with cameras on them all the way around, not for intruder protection, but insurance shit for people that like fall into concrete vats and things like that. You'll see, wear your hard hat. This is an OSHA site. We've been 5 days without incident sign. And you walk up and there's, a barbed wire fence all the way around this place, not for security, just for insurance purposes. And there's a little guard shack. So are you driving up?
Oh, we won't go all the way up. We'll park way far away. And then, is this actual wilderness that goes around it, or is this part of the city?
Yeah, it's like a park that the city made the concrete plant put up around it. So it's got trees and shit.
Excellent. We're going to take a walk through the woods, and we're going to walk the perimeter and see what the perimeter of the place looks like.
Good deal.
I put binoculars, I even called it out, in my bag. I'd like to now add that those have night vision modes.
Okay.
Because I want to see if I can find anything. It looks like a giant terracotta army of gargoyles or molds that those would fit in out in any
Right.
of these areas.
All right, so walking around, you're doing a perimeter check, and the buildings here are massive. They're also multi-storied, so they could be underneath them, they could be in them, they could be up one floor, but you don't see anything. I mean, like he's saying a terracotta army. This whole building here is about the size of the whole terracotta army and what China's got. This place is massive.
Sure. But it being, a big concrete factory, I thought maybe there'd be like pallets of the molds or finished products outside waiting to be loaded there somewhere. I mean, gargoyles are outdoor items, so
So you'll see there's probably like a lot that's got precast panels and stuff like that. This place makes more than... They make molds for other things. So you'll see a bunch of that, but there's nothing that's actually gargoyle.
assuming Thomas is just tagging along.
Yeah, I'm counting all the cameras.
Ah, good deal.
Good idea. When I get around to this side, that's where this big building. So if I didn't see anything outside, I'm looking for the biggest building, which I'm assuming
Right.
is this guy. Windows? Anything I can peer through on this? Do I need to climb a tree to get an angle?
Yeah, you can climb up a tree, get an angle. You'll see guys inside. They're working. They're pouring concrete into molds, and the molds they've got are big, round, and white on the outside. They're not like marked gargoyle or anything, but yeah, they're huge process going through and pouring these molds and getting them, concreted up.
Okay.
Through your vantage point, you can't see all of the process, but you do see them working.
So if you as the GM would like to make it easy, he's going to do a very thorough analysis, but he's not going to take any action until he gets eyes on some actionable intel. But he is determined to the point of he will break in here to try to find that actionable intel. I'm more than willing to play the whole thing out, but you, as the GM, might want to paraphrase so you can go to the other scene. It's up to you.
Yep. So you're going to break in. I think you could also make an attempt to get a disguise and look like a concrete worker going through here. You just got to get the grubs.
Well, I'm assuming that they have like backup sets of hard hats, and they're probably not gonna have clothes, but they're probably gonna have vests and stuff laying around because I know we do.
Right.
So-
Yeah, you can find all that
hard
stuff.
hat, and a
That's your
clipboard.
plan.
Yeah, just hard hat, a clipboard, and a safety vest, looking like I'm inspecting.
Yeah.
And I'll just walk through like that. I doubt it very seriously anyone's gonna stop me.
So my question is, do you want to go in through and try to like?
No,
subterfuge through?
I don't want to bluff my way through. I actually want to break in and then find what I need so that so I can walk through in plain sight. The assumption being
Okay.
that I've already gotten through security.
All right, so this is the scene. You take your blade, cut your way through the fence, and as two forklifts are passing by, and behind them, you guys make your move over to the big building. You go through a second-story window by helping each other in, and once you get inside, you're immediately inside of like a break room where there's some clothes, hard hats, and clipboards, and each of you, gear up. Let's go over to Malcolm. Beth's freaking out, and Henry Gross is trying to be very helpful. He's like, "Whoa, your two friends are gone, just like that." What did I say? I thought I was a pretty good host.
You are. You're a great host. You actually just gave more than we were expecting, and my friend, he's got some issues. He's dealing with them, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I wouldn't worry too much.
Okay.
Anyway, do you mind if we look around? I don't want to impose, but I feel like we need to kind of let her figure out what happened to her.
Yeah, sure. It's really just this. Well, I mean, you can look in the bedrooms and whatever. Yeah, go ahead and look around. Tabitha's down. She's playing on the floor. Henry goes to the kitchen and he starts, preparing some snacks or pickle plate or something.
Beer. Beer.
Beth?
He just has to
gonna
get
go
the beer.
get beer.
Yeah.
All right, Beth starts. She starts walking around with her hand on the wall, and when she gets to the corner, she spends some time there, taking it in. She's saying things under her breath like, "They painted it. It's a different color now." And then she walks along this wall, and she's like, "This door, the door that goes into the addition." She's like, "The door wasn't here." And then she steps out into the middle of this room. She says, "And it was right here. It's right here. It was right here." And she steps back and then blasts a fucking hole into the floor with her magic. Just however you want to picture it. It's this massive beam of power that rips a hole, and Henry. Tabitha screams, and Henry runs out of the kitchen, and he goes, "Oh my! What are you doing?" And Beth says, "He was here. He was here."
It's okay. This is just part of the process. She's I did mention there was some hanky stuff, so I don't want to alarm you any more than you already are alarmed. But this is actually pretty normal. Just don't worry. Everything will be paid for. If there's any more damages, we'll pay for this too. I'm really sorry, Tabitha. Trust me, she needs our help. And then I look at Beth and who was it?
Beth looks at you, and then she jumps, straightens her body, and falls through the hole. And she goes into the darkness below this house.
Yeah, I follow her right in. I tell Henry to I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back. Don't worry about anything, Henry.
Don't worry, I'll be back.
I do take the beer that he's holding for me. I grab that. Thank you. So you are a great host. And then I jump down. Would you like a calming check, a social check? I'm good at those, apparently.
Nope, you're good. You're good. You're through the hole, and you fall into this dark room. You hit the ground. It's hard. It's basically concrete that you fall onto down here. It's dark as fuck down here, but your eye allows you to see magic, right?
Yep.
There are fucking flashes of magic all around you. Whatever room you're in, there's shit all around you that is throwing some magic vibes.
All right.
Beth is down right next to you. She did not make the jump as good as you.
Yeah, she's not a superhero yet.
Right. So instead of a superhero pose, she's kind of on her ass.
Yeah, it's better than on her head. So, I help her up, and I little lightning crack up between my fingers to get some light in here.
Yeah, she does a torch thing with her hand, and the two of you, lightning crackling and flame hand, you light a room that is about 30 foot square. It's a basement. It's completely cinder blocked. It is a wizard's lab down here. The things that are sparking magic are old ingredient bottles that are on shelves surrounding you.
Mm-hmm.
And Beth, she's here in this room, and she's looking at a body. It's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm going to try. It's a blob of old goop that has been mummified, basically. Yeah. Looks like old turd.
Okay.
It hasn't decomposed. She says that's him. That's him.
What was he?
It's a monster.
Yep, no, I agree with that. If he had you kidnapped, he had you trapped down here, I could totally agree with that. But what, was he a blob? Did he look like a blob, or is that just what happened to him? Did you do that to him?
He changed into that. Yeah. He wasn't always like that.
He was your mentor, right?
She throws up. Mentor. She throws up again. Ugh. He was he was evil. Far from mentor. A mentor is somebody that takes care of their protege.
It varies. They're not all good. They're not all good. So he did that to himself, and then you escaped?
I made him into that.
Good for you.
He didn't die there. Changed there.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna look at the body with my eye. Is he like he is dead, right?
So when you look at it, this is the remainder. This is the leftovers. There's his soul or whatever
Mhm.
isn't here, wasn't here. This is the remnants of a shellacked body. You look at this and you get the feeling that it's just moved on.
Mhm.
It's, shaking its mortal coil.
Mm-hmm. So he's dead for sure.
He's changed magically for sure.
Gotcha. All right.
I guess we could say there's a residue left behind, and the residue trails off and leaves this room.
How does it leave the room?
Through the secret passageway that you guys should have taken, but Beth just blew through the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything in this room that's dangerous?
Probably as a collective whole, it's all real dangerous. This is something that a white council would be interested in. It looks like dark fucking magic. It's definitely got like necromantic books here. The ingredients and shit on the walls are like bubonic plague.
Oh,
There's real bad stuff here, and Tabitha's just living right on top of it.
Yep.
That
Gotcha.
was
All right.
just an example, though, because we established at the beginning.
Say what?
That was just an example by the GM, because we did establish at the beginning that there wasn't a white council, right?
There was.
I can replay episode 1 for you. It's one of the big things that when I went back and read the Dresden books, I'm like, oh, that really changes the world. You said no white council.
Oh, I meant like you guys wouldn't be interfered with by the White Council. But yeah.
No, you very empirically
Remember
said that they
Hex?
were not there.
Oh, remember Hex, the wizard from the strip club?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was using Hex to set the example that there are wizards out there that do the job. But anyway,
That
this is
dramatically
wizard
changes my
level
understanding.
wizard
Right.
shit up in here, yo.
All right. So we're gonna go up through the secret passage.
Okay, so you come out in Tabitha's bedroom.
All right.
There's a closet in here. You come
All
out
right.
the closet.
Yep. Gonna call out for Henry.
Oh yeah. Hey, what'd you find down there?
All right. So Henry, I got good news and bad news. I'm not sure which one you're gonna want first, so I'm gonna start with the good news. So your house is about twice as big as you thought it was.
Okay.
That's good.
There's a basement down there.
There's a very nice large basement down there. I am, however, going to have to ask you to not go down there for the safety of you and your child and your wife. Until I can get it
Sanitized.
sanitized. It's like he's here.
What?
Until I can get it sanitized. I would venture to say, if you guys want to stay in a hotel for a bit while I get this taken care of, I would pay for the room.
Well, that's really nice of you. What's this? Some sort of dungeon down there? What's
Something
going
like that.
on?
There was a very bad man that lived here before you. It seems like he had kept my girlfriend here prisoner for a while, and she managed to escape by probably causing him to move on from this plane of existence.
Oh,
I could give you more details, but I got to be honest, Henry, you don't sound like the kind of guy who really wants them.
You know what? I just like my job at my concrete factory, and I hope that never changes because it's the only thing supporting my family.
Freddy foreshadowing.
So here's my business card. Here's here's a wad of cash. Dad gives me a massive amount of money now. It doesn't even mean anything anymore. So here's a bunch of money. This should take care of the hotel and whatever food you guys need, and you can probably stay there a month if you needed to. And here's my card. If anything ever happens at your job, or you feel like you need to move on, or you're looking for something different, give me a call. Anything at all.
Wow. Okay. You really kind of are a superhero. You know that?
Yeah, it's gonna take about a week for me to get this cleaned out. You're welcome to call me anytime, ask questions. I will answer you as honestly as I can. But do remember, you may not always like the answers. Bad shit happened down there.
Okay. Well, thank you, and I'll make sure that I get this boarded up.
I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. It'll be like it was never there. You do want a basement though, right? Like I mean, I can just fill the whole thing with concrete if you don't want it, but I figured you would want a basement. It's a great place for a man cave, or
Yeah, I could actually fill it with concrete. I don't want that. I want a basement. That would be great.
right on. That's good. I just want to make sure. Sometimes I don't read the humans as well as I should. But
Looks at you. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and pack our stuff, and we're gonna head out to the hotel, I guess. And you know, this has been weird meeting you guys. Weird people.
it's pretty standard for us. You've actually been one of the nicest people I've had to deal with. It's been a pleasure. Take care of that kid. She's good kid.
Yes, sir. Tabitha.
Don't let her go down there.
Yeah, Tabitha's in her closet, like checking out the secret entrance.
Yeah, I tell her, Tabitha, I'm a superhero, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so down there is really bad stuff that I'm scared of.
Oh, Daddy, I want to leave. I want to leave right now.
Yeah. That's the good answer. I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to get it cleaned up. When you come back, it'll be ready for you to do whatever you want down there. I'll probably leave the secret entrance right here. You can alter that at will if you want to. But we are going to board up the floor.
I'm gonna have a secret entrance to my closet. That's so cool.
Imagine your dad's going to take that from you, but you know what? It's between you and your dad. I know if I was your dad, I would definitely. This would be my new room. Got a secret man cave,
right? Oh, like Batman. All right. Yeah. Let's end this scene before it goes crazy.
Before they're just a series of explosions in the background.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then I'm gonna make sure Beth's okay, and head off to a concrete mill.
Beth is having some crazy flashbacks. She's staring out the window. As you guys, yep, out the window of the motorcycle. She's gone crazy.
You're right. She's having a rough time. She's licking the window of the motorcycle. All right.
Yep. Just
The
schnozberries.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's catch up with Thomas and Victor. I'm assuming that as soon as Malcolm's done with his house visit, he'll text them and be like, "So, we've learned some things." All right, so you guys have cut through the fence, made your way into the largest building, and you're up on the second floor with a clipboard and some hard hats, walking around, looking official. And this place is not filled, it's got about 40 men working throughout the entire building. Some are on forklifts, some are on chutes that shoot the concrete down into molds. So they work in teams, and each of them fill a mold and then place it out to dry. And there's a big dry area where there's a bunch of trucks and shit that's usually in like shipping and receiving. But right now, it's just filled with molds drying.
All right. Have I determined whether or not these molds are the gargoyles?
You have not, because I'm not trying to be obtuse. They probably are, but the molds that you see from the outside, they're just shapes. It's really hard to tell what's going on internally.
They don't have
If you
any
crack one
of them
open-
cracked. Well, they should already have some cracked open. Like they got to take them out at some point.
Yeah, so I was getting there. As you guys come through this place, if you wanted to stop and do the molds here, it's just molds. If you want to keep going through,
Well, like I
you'll
said,
find them.
yeah, I want to gather intelligence first. I'm not going to blow up somebody's, concrete factory just because I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy. I should say I'm crazy. I'm not stupid.
And I almost killed a 7-year-old girl earlier, so I'm not judging.
Yeah, you get to a point where there's gargoyles, for sure.
Okay.
They look a little bit different than what you're used to. So they don't look like they're the original set, if you know what I'm saying.
They're new ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
I mean-
look like this.
Okay. I'm going to go back to where the molds are still wet. And out of my bag of holding, I'm going to activate some C4 with remote detonators. And I'm just going to start plopping them in the wet molds so they sink into the middle of the mold.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
Like
gonna start planting every one of the wet molds. I'm gonna start planting like that.
So a guy on a forklift drives up, and he goes, "Hey, are you with inspections?"
Yep, testing concrete hardness.
Okay. Hey, we just poured these, though. You might want to check on the ones that are settling over there.
Oh yeah, so security didn't tell me where those at. You know where those are at?
They're in Bay 5. The Bay 5.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Is this your first day?
Yeah,
Seen you around.
brand new. I got this gentleman here who's trying to teach me the technical side.
Oh, okay. You know, Henry's got your job on the day shift. If you have any notes or anything that you want to leave him, I think his locker is in the back. 420.
It's convenient. That's his
Leaves on the
address.
forklift. Yeah.
He's a simple man.
Yes.
He's a simple man.
Okay. So
So in this area, it basically goes like this, and each bay is doing a mold. They all look like this cracked stone instead of this is one of the original forms.
Yep.
So they're now more not modern, but I don't know, hodgepodged.
I'm gonna go down the sequence of bays, assuming they're getting more and more complete as I go along. There will come a point, of course, where I'm not gonna be able to drop the explosive in the middle of them.
Oh yeah, it's only these first two bays that you can do that on.
So
Those are drier.
those are drier. So what I'm gonna do with those guys when no one's looking is I'm gonna poke a hole in the bottom of the mold so that the half settled concrete starts leaking slowly out. Or doesn't set right, or the mold comes loose. A little bit of, it just falls apart kind of thing. But I'm assuming as I get further down, they're gonna be like all the way complete and out of the molds.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many are there here?
There's probably roughly 100, 150 either molds or completed gargoyles.
That's a lot.
I mean, that's different than before.
Uh-huh. It's a difference that makes no difference to me. Fire suppression system. You see one?
Yeah, I've been checking the cameras. We can pull it.
Okay. We're not going to do it immediately. Otherwise, I'll never be able to plant enough of this in time. I'm going to have to be very surgical about it because of how many there are. Alright, I'm going to set the rest of my C4 on a different frequency than the two that I already set. And I'm going to try to gauge it out to be just enough per mold to get as many of them as I can. I doubt I can get all 150.
Okay. So while you're setting C4, Thomas, are you helping set C4?
No, I'm watching doors, making sure there's nobody else here.
Okay, gotcha.
Talking to the guys in the forklifts.
Oh, okay. So you're talking to the guys on the forklifts, and what you'll gather is Cavallo Concrete is a huge employer here in the city, and they were doing great business until the son of the president, Charlie Cavallo, took over. Basically, about 18 months ago, old man Cavallo died. And his no good, dirty, rotten, pig stealing son, Charlie, has now taken over. And
How do you spell Cavallo?
Cavallo.
It's on my list.
Yes, he is.
So all of these guys are like, this stupid fucking kid has us making these monsters now, and like, there can't be that much money in these, but he's still paying our paychecks, so we're doing it. They think it's ridiculous.
How long have you been making these? You said 18 months, or is this a new order?
So we've been making these for about 4 months. We just got the molds straightened out.
I mean, you guys are doing a great job. Everything is settling real good.
Yeah, they're kind of weird, though.
I mean,
Weird.
yeah, but a paycheck's a paycheck, right?
Yeah, I mean, they got us running 24 hours, so, like, it's 2 12-hour shifts, and we make overtime every day. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. When did the security change? That was weird getting on.
Oh, security changes every 8 hours.
Like, was it 18 months after the kid? What's his Charlie?
What, the
Or has it
security
always
change?
been? Has it always? I've never had to go through a guard gate to inspect concrete.
That gate's always been there.
All right, what else?
Maybe you don't remember.
Well, I mean, I inspect all over the place. I was in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Can
Yeah, that makes sense.
I rolled a +5 on my planting explosive.
Yeah, I think you do a fair number.
It's so for just clarification, I'm not trying to destroy the facility. I'm planting just big enough charges to shatter the gargoyles.
Right. Track it.
I also was looking, and I meant to specify this earlier, for any manifests. It says that where they're going when they're shipped out of here.
Let me think about that. I think you've taken a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
Do we want Malcolm to show up?
And he can if he wants. I'm assuming he can send us he said he sent us a text message as soon as he left. So, I think what I would have sent back a text message saying, "I think I found what I'm looking for, and we'll be making our exit soon."
So Malcolm's at the front gate, knocking, talking to the guard.
Well, I mean, I imagine he's ready to more like fly in because things went sideways, is what I'm guessing. But I could be wrong. What's Malcolm doing? Sleeping.
Malcolm's at the front gate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk in.
There's an old security guard with a gray mustache. It's huge mustache. The guard's name is Sam. The mustache's name is Mustache. Sam says, "Hey, stop right there. You can't just come in here. You gotta check in, buddy."
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. No problem. How you doing, Sam?
Do I know you? It
Malcolm.
says Sam on his shirt.
I know. I'm Malcolm.
Malcolm, are you starting today?
Yes.
You think I'm supposed to know you because you're new? How am I supposed to know you, Malcolm? I know
never
you
said you were
now,
supposed-
Malcolm.
I never said you were supposed to know me, but now you do, and you'll never forget me.
Malcolm, you sign in. He shoves a clipboard in to your
I sign
hands.
I sign it. I forgot my PPE. Can I get a hard hat and a vest? I'll bring it right back.
This is your first day, so I want you to know Cavello Concrete gives you your hard hat and your gloves, but you need to wear steel-toe boots.
Oh, I have steel-toe boots.
Okay.
I wear them everywhere. Who wouldn't wear
He-
steel-toe boots? I
he
kick a
comes
lot of
back
ass. I kick a lot of ass, Sam. You want to have steel-toe boots when you're kicking ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. He wears his steel-toe boots even though he's a security guard.
Yep.
All right, so here's your hard hat. Here's some glasses. Here's some gloves. The check-in. You got to go to orientation. I think it's in that big building right there.
I head for that building.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go through orientation.
Would you just
You have
leave
to
Beth out
watch-
on the motorcycle, staring out her imaginary window?
No, I called her an Uber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually no, I didn't call her an Uber. I called Stephanie and I was like, "Hey, can you come pick Beth up?"
That's probably a much better option.
yeah.
Hopper.
I did not call Hopper. That seems like a terrible idea, but you know what? That works.
Actually, you know what? Hopper might be a good choice. She might need a little bit of Hopper's special medicine right now.
Yeah, they're just gonna hotbox the truck on the way home. She'll feel better. Malcolm, you watch a 12-minute video on all the terrible ways that you can die in this concrete plant.
I make notes.
Okay. Victor, you plant all your C4. Thomas, you have pretty much figured out that the guys on the forklift do about half of their job every hour, and then they fuck off for the rest of it. So the two of you working your way through as inspectors, you see the same guys over and over and over again, and they just watch you. They're just smoking cigarettes, watching you fucking plant shit all over this place, and you get through all your C4.
Okay. All right, I think it's fire alarm and make our exit.
Sweet.
We're
So,
not going to go out the front. We're going to go out the way we came in.
Oh, that makes more sense. So Malcolm,
We have no idea
get
that
a
Malcolm
text.
has done all of that because that doesn't make any sense for him to have done. So we're not going to
Yeah.
have actually known it.
So Malcolm, you're sitting in there. The video ends in some like gruesome way. This guy gets pulled through a PTO shaft, and you stand up, and then the fire alarm goes off, and Sam, or no, it's not Sam. It's like the girl that's giving you the orientation. She goes, "Oh, that's the fire alarm. That doesn't sound good."
It sounds like you should evacuate everyone out into the off the premises.
Oh, yeah. She grabs this walkie-talkie.
I
and then
just
she goes-
watched the video and it says they have to be like beyond the fence line.
She goes, "Oh, that's right. It's in the video." And she holds the walkie-talkie up. She goes, "Everybody, please leave the area. Like, there's a fire." And people start evacuating.
I go the other direction.
All right. Which way do you want to go?
I'm gonna head inside because I figure, like, I know why the fire alarm is gonna be pulled. So I'm gonna go through and just go floor to floor, make sure people are leaving and out.
He has the
Okay.
he has the advantage that I have. Even if I made my escape, I'm sitting there watching closely with binoculars, making sure people are actually leaving. So he does actually have plenty of time.
Right.
I,
Yeah. So you do your sweep.
I see Malcolm. What the fuck is he doing in there?
I send you a text. What floor are you guys on? I think I've just been clearing the floors to make sure no one was on it. I figure maybe you either started a fire or gonna start a fire or I don't know.
Going to. And can I direct him towards the hole in the gate?
Yeah, but before you do, one of the gargoyles next to Malcolm,
What?
it moves. It moves.
Oh.
Yes, it moves. It comes to life and it grabs you.
I bet Malcolm could live through it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could too. I don't like that it's holding me, so I'm gonna use my construction hammer that I brought with me because I didn't bring any PVE, but I did bring my own hammer.
Right?
And nobody questioned it.
It's confidence, man. It's just confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm going to turn this concrete into dust.
All right.
Or as they call it in the business, I'm going to perform some demolition.
Go ahead and give me a roll. In the biz.
In the
Do some
biz.
demolition in the biz.
Didn't see Gargoyle comes to life and attacks you in ways to die.
Yeah, that wasn't in the video.
I got a 9.
Okay. All right.
It's
so
a 10 if this is considered a social interaction.
This is not, but you blast a wing off of this thing, and it like rears back. Its eyes make eye contact with you, and you can see that it's very, very angry.
I imagine so. Why did you hold me, man? Like, I wouldn't have broken your wing off if you hadn't tried to, like, grab me and stuff. I'm just making sure everybody's out of this building. I think it's on fire.
It tries to smash you.
All right, well, I'm going to oppose that.
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead and oppose a 2. God, this guy sucks.
So I rolled poorly, and it's still going to beat a 2.
Okay.
Victor has handed Thomas his binoculars, and he starts assembling his marksman carbine out of his
I got a 7.
bag of holding.
Sweet.
Is that enough for me to gain an advantage on it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Like, it did a lunge, and I'm now, it's kind of like, it lunged at me, and I sidestepped, and now I'm getting ready to bring the hammer down.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
For, like, a coup de grace.
Right.
Am I supposed to hit it again, or?
Yeah, roll it.
Right. That is a 9 again.
Okay, fantastic. So
What's my bonus from the advantage? Is that a 2?
yeah, you'll get a 2 for that.
That's
you
an
got
11. Yeah.
All right. So you kill it. How do you want it to die?
I want to hit it dead center, and then it just spirals apart.
Yeah. So it breaks apart, and the roar of gravel and everything. It takes a couple seconds for things to die down and go quiet, and then you hear shuffling through gravel, crunch underfoot, as 2 more around you start moving towards you.
I'm gonna go ahead and start leaving.
Okay, how you want to do that?
Let's see. Where am I, and where is this? Where we are?
I did tell him where the hole in the fence was.
Yeah, I'm gonna head for the fence. Where's that?
So you're gonna have to go through the building is the fastest way, or you can go out and around. You can go up.
I like through the building. That one sounds really good. I have this thing where I can throw my hammer and travel with it.
Yeah, you can.
I'm really good at it.
Okay, well, let's see if the gargoyle helps you through the building. I got a 6. Yep, 6. To throw you through the building as a gargoyle. Do you want to oppose that?
Can I, instead of opposing it, turn it to my advantage?
Sure.
Like, I use that 6 and add it to my roll to go through the building?
Well, why don't you give me your roll and we'll figure out what's going to happen here.
Not as good. I got a 4.
That's the lowest you can go. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's the lowest he can go. So that's a shift of 2. So basically, instead of all the way through the building, he's going to toss you through a wall, and you're going to take 2 stress, which is no big deal for you, right?
Right.
And then he thinks that he did really well for himself. And the second gargoyle is going to charge through the wall and try to get you 2.
Can I see with my rifle through that window, this scenario?
Yes, you
Okay.
guys will see this.
All right.
Do you guys want to start acting then?
I do. I want a little red dot to appear on this gargoyle as it charges in, and then bits of it to start to explode.
All right. Let me see if he can get a hit off before you blow his nuts out of the park.
His marbles.
His marbles. I only got a 2, though. This gargoyle sucks.
I mean, I roll poorly sometimes. He might be all right. He's not all right. Very much not all right. That's a, with the rifle, that's a +7.
All right, so the little red dot shows up, and then what happens?
It depends on whether or not he's dead.
He's not dead. So these things blow apart,
Okay.
but they still act.
Okay. I would like to kneecap him.
Okay.
So, like, his knees just explode, and now he's got to crawl with his front paws.
Excellent. I love that image, crawling through this dusty ground. Where do you want to go next? Thomas hasn't gone.
Yep. Thomas has binoculars, and he's going to tap his armor and say, Mithril, grant me your eyes. And he's going to try to track magically where these, who's controlling these gargoyles.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's a top tier move right there.
Sure is. So, let me know what you get.
Got a +4.
All right. You see Adam in one of them, Charlie in another. Mithril tells you who it is. This one is Adam. This one is Charlie. Charlie Cavallo.
Over the radio, I say you're fighting Adam and Charlie. Malcolm's turn.
Top of the round. Oh, sure.
Do you want me to head out of here? Like, what is the plan here? I was gonna head for the hole, but I could smash these all day.
You can't smash 150 of them before they overwhelm you, and I kind of said explosives, so you
Good.
do want to be out of that building.
I will continue moving out of the building. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use my hammer to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, give me that.
All right, that is a 9.
That's beautiful. So
Unless I have any advantages from already being thrown.
He didn't have enough to create an aspect of airborne or anything for you, so you could, you can get out of here with your 9. How does it go?
I just stand up, start spinning the hammer, and just wing it, and then hold on.
The split
Through the
second he comes out that window, I hit the button.
That's fucking sick. All right.
I like to point out that these two that were being cast are on a different frequency, and now Redicus, every time we fight these guys, is going to point a remote at him just to see eventually one of them's going to blow up.
How Redicus dies.
Look, it's a very low statistical thing, but at some point I'm going to point a remote at one of those guys and it's just going to turn into little bits of gravel.
All right. Estimate for me how big this explosion is. Are you like?
I
doing this?
very specifically just did it to, like, I broke the C4 down into tiny bits just to destroy the gargoyles. So there's one
Okay.
connected to each of them. So there should be a lot of shrapnel and debris. The building is going to take some damage, and there will probably be a fire, but it's not going to be an insurmountable thing. It might even look to a firefighting team like there was some kind of industrial accident.
So you're keeping all the damage basically to this area.
Yeah.
Okay. Tracking. Nice work. Let's see if my gargoyles get out of here. All right. What's your next step?
Do I see any gargoyles flying away from this thing?
Nope, you don't.
Okay. Well, then I don't say pull and then shoot them. But I guess I'll start disassembling my rifle and put it back in my pocket of holding.
You can conjure a storm and keep the fire at bay.
Okay. There are people running all over the place now. Fire alarms going off. The storm whipped up out of nowhere. But yeah, there seems to be like some control coming. There's fire trucks coming down the road.
All right. Well, it's time for those of us that can't fly to make our exit. We got to get all the way around the building. So, gotta go all the way around.
Yep, is that your idea?
Yep.
Okay.
Get back.
I'm going to also get the information I would need so that I can buy this place.
Buy it from Cavallo.
Well, I mean,
From the
I don't
bank.
think I'm going to have to buy it from Cavallo. I was thinking more probably buying it from the bank or his estate.
So when you guys head back to your cars or motorcycles or van or whatever it is, you're stopped by a police officer. He's in a marked car in the uniform. He pulls up next to you guys and he goes, did you guys see anybody in there that wasn't supposed to be in there?
No, not really. I mean, just normal night shift.
Night shift, huh?
There were some big brawny guys wandering through the section where they've been storing their more recent work. Really big. I mean, I've never seen people that big.
You're a big brawny guy.
They were bigger than me.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, they were. The word I'm looking for. They were built like mountains. Yeah.
Right, so you didn't see anything strange? Anybody strange coming out of there?
I didn't see anybody coming out. It looked like whatever was in there stayed in there.
Right. Alright. It gets on his radio, and he drives slowly away, talking into his radio. I got 3 more coming to the gate. Alright. You guys planning on leaving?
Yep.
You leaving. Cool. That's Cavello Concrete.
I definitely agree with Malcolm's idea. We should buy this place. Or he should buy this place. I don't really care who buys it as long as that guy doesn't own it.
Yeah, I know who I'm going to put in charge.
Kevin.
Oh.
No.
Henry. He's about to get the
You
biggest.
know what?
He's about to get the biggest promotion of
DJ?
his life.
Tell you
Yeah,
what,
right.
tell you what though, what we could do, so we buy it, we give it to Henry, and like we give him access to Kevin's, so he can get cheap labor. Of course, that would get all these other people without jobs, so it's probably pretty horrible.
Also, I mean, if you want the business to go under, you give Kevin.
Nah, they'll do fine. Look, if some of the Kevins get
Four.
lost, some of the Kevins get lost in the concrete, they just get poured right in. It's no big deal.
Right. That sign out front says 4 hours since last injury, and then Kevin comes up,
Instead of injury, it's got a big red cross through it. It says death.
Yeah, no, the way it works. It's on a ticker, and every it's like a clock. It ticks 1 0 1 0 1 0. It's just
There's a lot of structural imperfections in your concrete. They look like bodies.
don't sand that. Pour more concrete on it. Yeah,
Right.
no, I'm gonna find out who owns this. Like whether Cavella owns it or whether it's what's the word I'm looking for? The bank owns it, but he has the rights to it at the moment.
Right.
And then
Yeah, so Charlie Cavallo owns Cavallo Concrete. Charlie inherited it from his father. It was written in the will that he gets it. Everything right now is paid up.
But the way the company's
And-
going, that probably won't stay the case.
That's true. If you want to wait.
we're probably gonna go murder him, and then it won't be a problem.
Yeah, you want Cavallo's address?
Yes, that is exactly where I want to head now.
All right. Charlie Cavallo's address. He's up in the hills. And I'll give you guys the option. We can end it here with you guys about to go to Charlie's mansion up in the hills to get Charlie. Or we can go on and try to get it done tonight, but I won't have a map for it.
I'm good either way.
I think we should call it here and start next time on a fucking combat Charlie's house.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a boss fight. I know as the GM, I would rather be prepared. I am good either way, but I think the better option is probably let the GM prepare.
Yeah. Charlie's got guards now.
Charlie's going to need them.
Charlie is gonna need them. How much C4 do you have left?
Of the stuff I took with me, none. But I've got plenty back at... So, Redicus, amongst other things, knows how to make C4. So, like, he can make it. Plus, he might start making C4, and Harold might walk in and be like, "What you doing?" And he'd be like, "Hey, by the way, you have anything better than this? What about a mini? What about a mini singularity that only sucks in gargoyles?"
Well, there's also spells and potions that will turn skin to stone and
And vice
stone into
versa.
skin.
Yeah.
So that might be something. We make a gas grenade that just releases a gas that turns all the stone into flesh.
Yeah.
So maybe we head back to the office before we head to that address.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
I always figured.
I need to stop by Ace's garage and get the van worked on at some point.
Okay, yeah, we can get that done too. I always figured that Harold's the guy that you're like, oh man, I need some fucking grenades. You call up Harold, and then there's like a rift that fucking opens next to you. It's just a hand reaches out with a grenade and just hands it to you. You're like, yes.
Yeah, I imagine it almost exactly like that, except for it's like, man, I really need some, explosives or grenades or something, and then you turn away for a second, you turn back, and there's a bucket of them.
Right.
I imagine it as he's like, oh yeah, check your glove box,
Yep.
or
Right,
open
yeah.
that open that toolbox in the back. You open it and it's in there.
And the
See
one,
that UPS package next to that guy's house? Go open it.
yeah, the one that's painted orange, you want to be really far away when that one goes off.
Perfect.
Actually,
Alright.
no, that's not what because he's chaos. So he'd be like the one that's painted orange. I don't actually know what that does.
Right. All right, good game. Good game.
I thought it was pretty good. Sorry, I split
how
up
we
the
didn't have
party. I know it's a
combat.
pain in the ass.
Oh, it's all good. Sorry, I didn't have maps prepared. I thought you guys were going to Gummer.
So
I was
did
like,
so
I've
did
got
we.
Gummer's stuff.
I mean,
Sorry.
I think we were on that. We were on that train up until the thing with Beth started rolling.
Yeah.
And then there was that whole thing where, like, even Redicus deeply wants to kill all of these guys, but he's not willing to sacrifice Beth for it, even though, you know, it may be Malcolm's girlfriend, but it's still a friend of his. He's not gonna let anything happen to her, so that he can get his revenge. He's not quite that far gone.
And now you know of Higgs, the evil wizard.
Yep. I got 2 pages of notes today. That's a lot for me.
There's a lot of backstory for me too.
How
Now,
long you been holding that in?
I've been holding that in since the first episode of season 2 when I said she's gonna mark on the back of her neck.
Yeah. The one that you blatantly ignored, by the way.
Hold on. I never saw it.
Thomas saw it.
I failed all those checks.
It's true.
Yeah, that is something as a GM that gets you. You're like, I've done this really elaborate thing. The players are just ignoring it and doing something else. It's a feeling.
It's okay. We got it now.
I need to remember to put the main objectives up for Edge of the Empire. There are 3 main monsters that you're supposed to kill. Only encountered 2 of them. I thought the heist would be over by now, so I started building the monster layers out. But now we got to go back and do the heist thing again. It's gonna be fun.
Typical us failing a heist prep.
That happened a lot today, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, once we get that all sorted, we got those 3 monsters, and I'm kind of gonna leave it to the party. I'm gonna build the layers out and say, when you guys are ready, just know that when these 3 monsters are defeated, that's when I plan to call an end to the edge this Edge of the Empire campaign. I will start something new for next season.
Gotcha.
That lets the players have the agency to decide when they're ready to go do those things.
Yep. Well, thanks for playing tonight, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was fantastic. A good one.
What time are we starting heist preps tomorrow?
Whenever
I'm not sure. I have a project that I was supposed to do today, and I didn't. I don't know how long it's going to take me.
Sunday's
It's for boat.
Sunday's heist boat.
I know.
You have a boat?
It's a prop.
Okay, so it's not a real boat.
No.
Okay.
It's a prop boat?
Yeah. For Winter Guard.
I don't know.
Color Guard band.
Oh.
The mermaid pirate theme.
Oh, it's a parade float.
No. It does have wheels. They wheel it out. They dance around it. They wheel it back in. They have 3 minutes to set it up. So I have to make it super simple and sturdy and not kill any kids.
That last part's really important.
I know.
Don't want to make it out of 1/4-inch MDF then.
It's already made. I have to make it sturdy.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I told her, I was like, this is not a thing that you do that with. So I've been putting 2x4s on it to make it sturdy. Now it's heavy.
Right.
And a bunch of girls have to move it. I'm just like, well, you're gonna have to pick one. All right, one, it's either gonna be heavy and safe, or not heavy and not safe.
Right.
No magical middle.
All right, thanks everyone for stopping by. We'll catch you next time.